Hello everybody and welcome to the 2017 Tasmanian Ice Hockey League, or the Van Diemen's League Grand Final, as we are coming to you for our 7th consecutive Grand Final coverage here on the Brink. It's exciting to be back. We haven't called one of these games all year, and what better way to start than actually by doing the Grand Final. And joining me in the commentary box, we're not really the commentary box, we're in our annual position.
It should be the commentary box, probably.
Well, it's sort of kind of an area where you would assume we could do. Dakota Leary.
Hey.
How are you, Dakota?
I'm pretty good.
You good?
How are you, man?
Yeah, look, I'm fine.
Yeah,
Thank
good.
you for asking. I appreciate you taking the time to ask me how we're doing.
That's okay.
It's good. But no, we are excited. We're pumped. We're here for the Grand Final. Of course, this year it is between the Red Barons and the Icebreakers, and this is a big game because this is the first time in 7 years of calling this game that neither the Cougars nor the Falcons are in this game.
Yeah.
My team and your team, who played each other last year for Championship Glory, are not in this game, and we have one brand new team, literally, and a team that hasn't been in this Grand Final in 6 years. It's the Fairy Tale Grand Final, Dakota.
It is a Fairy Tale Grand Final. I think I compared it in the car to Richmond and Adelaide.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. That was a very good comparison.
Thank you.
I gave you lots of props for that.
Yeah.
But we're about an hour before the puck drops here, and we're sort of in the pool foosball room area of the Glenorchy-Seum, our annual walk around that we're going to do here. So we'll venture out sort of into the main area in just a few moments. But the Icebreakers, they're out on ice at the moment. We are right here through the glass. We can get a good viewpoint of them. But you and I have never, ever called the Icebreakers because
No, we haven't.
they're the brand new franchise for 2017. And
well, they may as well be the Sharks. So.
well, I mean, there's a couple of Sharks players in there. There's some Red Barons players. There's some Falcons players. It's kind of like...
Well, we do know the players, so
we do.
We should be okay.
Well, hopefully. There's a few newbies along the way, of course, as there always is. And then even with the Red Barons, of course, you've got your standard ones there, but a few ones along the line. We're going to go through all the players and the team lists and the stats for you across this sort of preview for this. But just checking out here now, the Icebreakers on the ice right now, Dakota. You got any thoughts at the moment?
Yeah, they look like a pretty fit unit. They look like they can hold their own, especially with big guys like Polari and Cockrell in there. So
well, that's the big two, isn't it? They've Polari and Cockrell have taken the big cash. They've gone to the new team. They've gone to the new franchise. They've done the Gary Ablett. They've gone after money rather than loyalty. But as long as they get a bit of a taste of the Premiership glory, because the Sharks kind of went nowhere at the end this year, didn't they?
Yeah.
Finished last,
really,
fifth. That's how powerful they were to their team. But no, they're looking quite good at the moment from what we can see. They've got this great new grey sort of uniform with a bit of blue on it, a bit of white.
Yeah.
It's striking.
What are they, Penguins, though?
Are they Penguins, are they? So. That's not really where I was going with that, but I mean, sure, if you want to call them Penguins.
Their team.
The teams.
Their team thing.
Yeah. There's actually a nice viewpoint here in this spot in the box, but, we don't really get the atmosphere of the crowd. I mean, we're expecting, of course, a bumper crowd, 120,000 people to feel here in the Glenorchy-Seum.
I think we should definitely do it here.
Yeah, well, we should, but we're not going to because we've already, reserved our spot when it comes to it.
Unreserve our spot?
Well, no, Dakota. That's just no.
Unreserve
we might go for our walk around here in a second. We'll reserve our spot up there, and we'll see if we can speak to some people along the way and get some thoughts. Some of the players, perhaps of the Icebreakers as they're coming off the ice. We'd like to get a few of them beforehand, see their feelings. And of course, we're talking about the Icebreakers here, but the Red Barons, they're arriving here. It's sort of a bit of a different sort of tactics by both teams, isn't it? The Icebreakers here an hour before the game out there warming up, getting ready to go, whereas the Red Barons are slowly just showing up right now. They're taking their time, going to the change rooms. Probably got a few more of their fans outside, the loyal Red Barons fan base.
That little bit of extra warm-up is Mika Polari is doing. I think he did that with the Sharks last year.
I think. Well, the Sharks' tactic generally was let's go around to somebody's house and have a barbecue beforehand, and that generally failed for them. Of course, they lost, 3 Grand Finals in the last 6 years, so didn't necessarily work for them there. So Polari maybe just trying something slightly different here when it comes to the overall scheme of things. But they've got some strong players in this lineup. Again, then we're going to go through a lot of these players soon when we go through it. But just the Red Barons, seen a few of them arrive. Dean Hargraves, of course, the heart and soul of the Ice Hockey Tasmania League. He's showed up here that we've seen him there as well. So at least he's here early and ready to go. And so many stories here, Dakota. I mean, we talked about Mika, you talked about Leighton. They've had some very close attempts there when it comes to the Sharks. So they're looking for that. But of course, the Red Barons, their first time they've been here since 2011. So, even both sides, fairy tale stories, Dakota. You're just scared right now getting peppered by pucks.
That's just,
You're Luke McDermott right here, right now.
Hits the bloody thing.
Let's go for a wander around so you don't get peppered there.
Yeah.
Marcus, the man, we'll talk to him throughout this coverage. He's just setting up the music. He's loading up the Justin Bieber, ready to go, pumping up the crowd. Of course, they're calling out for Bieber in 2017.
Are they?
We enter the arena. Listen to the crowd roar.
Oh,
just so many of them here.
You can hardly hear yourself think.
We might chat up here to Kevin Facer. Of course, he's now the president of Ice Hockey Tasmania, who, of course, Cougars Sharks player, I should say, not Cougars player, I will say. Yeah. Kevin, would you like to have a bit of a word with us while we're here on the air, just as president? I'll give you this microphone to hold if you want to. Kevin Facer, mate, welcome to the coverage, first of all.
Thanks very much, Ben. Great to see you guys here again.
It's good to be back. How are you feeling ahead of this grand final?
Well, mate, to be perfectly honest, we're a little bit nervous, to be honest. I mean, first year as president, first year with a new scoreboard, new goals, and of course the Icebreakers team coming from the development league into the main league and making a grand final in their first season. What an achievement.
It's an absolute sort of fairy tale story ready to go as we find out that the music system here works. That's good to hear.
Yeah, wow.
Excellent to know that's working.
First year as president, though, how have you seen the league kind of change or develop this season? Obviously you mentioned the Icebreakers, a development team, but everything else going strongly in 2017 with the competition?
The competition this year has probably been the closest it's been for a long time. Unfortunately, the Sharks let things down a little bit by only winning 2 games this year, but that's the way it goes. I mean, the Sharks have been up there for the last 4 years, and this year had a bit of a hiccup, but be back stronger than ever next year.
Is it these money-hungry people right here, Leighton Cockrell and Mika Polari, who took money over loyalty? That's what it is, isn't it?
That's exactly what it is, but of course, as we all know now, these younger guys, no loyalty in sport anymore. They're all driven by the dollar.
And you're obviously hoping for a big crowd. I mean, this is the 7th year we've been here. It's always a packed house. Are you expecting another packed house again here tonight?
Hopefully there'll be a packed house. In fact, I hope that there'll be jamming them in down the back end there, because we obviously want to attract more players. We're looking to, expand the league all the time, but of course we need young players to do that. It's time for some of us older guys to sort of move aside.
Pass the torch on, so to speak. Do you think that, there's always, 6 teams possibilities that, looking forward to 2018, but you still got the Icebreakers development squad going along. I mean, do you have enough people there that are ready to come forward again next season, or is that still a few years away yet?
That's still a few years away, but, hopefully the more people we can attract to sort of these types of events, and also don't forget on the 18th of this month we've rekindled the AK Katinas Cup, which Fantastic. Is a very similar event to the Aaron Burns, so that'll be a full contact with some of the old A-grade players sort of strapping on the skates again. And hopefully we can get some interest out of that, and people might see the potential to come and have a go.
Well, that's what we want. Every time we come here, we say the same thing every year. It's a great sport, and everybody who can stand up on ice and smack a puck should be playing this game, because it's a great sport to watch. Kevin, mate, thank you so much. Great job this year with the league, and we're looking forward to seeing how it all plays out tonight.
Thanks, boys. Talk to you again soon.
Indeed. Cheers. All right, we're going to continue walking around here and seeing what other mischief we can find ourselves here. Not really mischief, but we're going to head down to the Icebreakers.
I suppose we can find ourselves some mischief.
I think we need to grab Mika Polari, Mr. Donald Bradman of the Van Diemen's. See if they're willing to talk pre-game. That's the Jumbotron ready to go, I think. Okay. Let's stick our head in here. Leighton's got hanging around here. Do you think they're wanting to talk to us? They're all looking at me sheepishly, like, what do you guys want? Give the microphone straight away to Leighton Cockrell. How you doing, Leighton?
Good, yourselves?
Oh, look, can't complain. How's this treating you? Grand final again, first time in a couple of years for yourself, but in different colours.
Different colours, yeah. Me and Mika have made the merge, and
big money. They obviously, the Icebreakers organisation had the cash ready to pay you guys.
They're announcing you as traders.
Coin box is full.
Yeah,
coin box is full, and it'll stay full because it all goes towards the juniors and the new people coming through. So,
but it's a great, obviously, year for you guys. First year in the competition to be able to come straight into a grand final. I mean, obviously, you start off the year wanting this to happen, but I guess you work as hard as you can towards it, and here you are.
Yeah, we've worked very hard. Beginning of the year, our only goal was not to finish last. Mm-hmm. In all honesty, that's what me and Mika said beginning of the year. Let's not finish last. And everything's unfolded really well. We've picked up a couple of players you might have noticed from the Falcons. We've pinched old Rob Maver.
Yes.
So he's made the journey across. Luke played, I think, a season or two filling in for other teams, and we thought we've got to give him a permanent job. So he was quite gracious enough to accept and become our goalie. Me and Mika, of course, make moves from the Shark. It's my sister Christine.
Well, I was going to say we've got your sister here, who not exactly the least experienced player here in the entire the team. Actually, if I don't mind to steal away. I mean, we think Leighton Cockerell's good. Let's pass it over here to Christine. You're not only are you playing here for the Icebreakers. You played in the AIHL. You play for Australia. You've done everything. How was the money to get you here to play for the Icebreakers?
It was more like had to play with my brother.
Right. Have you done this before? Have you played much on teams before with your brother before?
Started off together and then we rebelled against each other. A few fights.
About 20 years or so.
20 years or so. Wow. How are you feeling? Kind of. I mean, as I said, you've done it all in this sport. You've represented the entire country, and here you are, playing in the big dance for Tasmania. I mean, how does this compare to pulling on the Australian jersey, playing the Icebreakers in the grand final?
Every jersey has its own meaning.
Oh, good answer. Yeah. Look at that. Are you confident, though, that you can help towards bringing this fairy tale story 1 year in the competition and premiership glory straight away?
Oh, I hope so. Definitely. Yeah.
Fingers crossed, indeed. Well, head over to here to Mika, actually, if you want to pass it along. Mika's cleaning his visor. How you doing? You'd be cleaning your beard. What's going on here? This is great.
It's my playoff beard that I've been growing a year now.
Yeah, that confident. I mean, it's been...
I think it was desperate.
Yes. How are you feeling? I mean, you and Leighton obviously part of the Sharks. You lost 3 of these in the last 6 years, just to point that out to you.
Let's put it this way, we know how to lose this.
Yes.
So, I don't want to lose.
You don't want to lose. You don't want to lose. Yeah. It's just for Finland as well. I mean, you're representing a whole country here today, Mika.
And I have to say, like Leighton said, that Leighton and I, in all privacy, we set up that as long as we are not lost, and this is more than we expected, and we are here, happy to play here, and I think we are the underdogs. We don't have a pressure. I think we will play really, really well. And
are you glad to be playing the Red Barons and not the Falcons or the Cougars? I mean, get them out. They've been enough in this competition in the last 6 years. Don't know. I heard about them. Just some other teams.
All right. Are those the teams that we steamrolled?
Apparently, yeah. Here? Well, you're undefeated in playoffs. Yeah. You've never lost a playoff game. So the pressure statistics say it's going to be an easy win for the Icebreakers tonight.
No. And may I say, good to have you and Dakota back here.
We're pleasure to be here until you kick us out with those looks if we keep jinxing you. So, well, guys, good luck, and we hope to be speaking to you after the game as premiers for 2017.
All right, thank you.
Best of luck. All right, we won't jinx you. All right, let's move along here and find out who else we can get here.
If they're composed enough to actually talk to us if they win the game.
Well, look, I mean, we talk to them every year, whether they're winning or they're losing or anything along those lines.
Yeah,
so
that's true. But this is the first grand final win if they win.
Well, it's kind of in here. Should we talk to old Snoop Dogg here? What's going on here? It's Mr. Snoopy.
Oh, Snoop Dogg's here, is he?
Reigning Cougars champion, Snoop Dogg. How are you, Snoopy?
Very good, thank you.
You good? I'm sad not to see you out here playing for the Cougars. What happened this year?
Oh, we lost our best player, and the other team's improved, so it happens.
It happens. What are your thoughts on here tonight when it comes to the Icebreakers and the Red Barons? I mean, you're wearing red. Does that signify that you are going for the Red Barons tonight?
Well, I did actually originally play for the Red Barons. This is our original top.
Right.
Many years ago. We played in 4 grand finals and we lost all 4.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All close games. I would expect the Barons to keep their heads on. They should start favourites, but the Icebreakers have proved to be very surprising.
They're the glamour team, aren't they? They're the ones with all the money that have poached all the big names. We've got the stable Red Barons here who have been fighting out hard for the last 7 or so years since they last tasted this. So, you got to beat the glamour club, right?
Oh, you would hope so, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
That's what we're going to call the Icebreakers. They're walking past us. They can hear us. Well, look, it's great to have you here, and by all means, bring the Cougars back here next year so we can cheer you on in 2018.
We'll see.
Perfect. All right, let's see if we... How do you think the Red Barons are feeling right now? You don't want to move there, Dakota.
How do I think the Red Barons are feeling right now?
How do you think the Red Barons are feeling? Do you think they're wanting to talk to us?
Let's find out what they're feeling.
Let's have a bit of a vibe here. We're just looking in the room. Dean Hargrave's pointing around. He's giving some tactics going on there. He's just giving us a bit of a subtle look over as he pulls it up. How you doing, Dean? Good? How's everybody going in here? Anybody want to speak pre-game, or are you all in game mode? You're in game mode. All right, they're very focused. Okay. All right, good. Beat the glamour club. That's what we're calling the Icebreakers. The money-hungry people who, switch team just for success. Yes, chasing the dollars. All right. Oh, he's one of them now. There's Mika. Yes. So let's move up to the commentary box while we're here, Dakota. I mean, you can go that way if you want to. I mean, it's not really going to work too well for it. As you're still directing, Mickey. You're not even the president anymore. You're helping. All right. Alice Cooper playing in the background. All right, I'm going to squeeze past you up here as we go up into the commentary box. Make our way up into the clouds.
All right, let's do it.
We'll go over some of the stats and we'll go over some of these numbers and names and everything as Marcus really is testing that.
He is, isn't he?
The box. I should mention now, Dakota, you will be alone in this commentary box for about 5 or so minutes.
That'll be interesting.
Because I apparently am important enough that I'm dropping the ceremonial puck this evening.
Yeah, should we talk to some of the fans down here?
Well, if you want to, go for it. You can interview some people if you want to, Dakota.
Let's do it.
Go on.
Do you want to chat with us? No, he doesn't. He doesn't want to chat with us.
There's more than one person, Dakota.
You
can interview some people here.
Do you want to have a chat? No? All
no?
Right.
Do you want to have a chat?
Do you want to have a chat? No, I don't want to have a chat. No.
The fans are very talkative.
Clearly not fans of ice hockey.
They're focused here. They're big Red Barons fans at the moment. They're nervous.
Yes.
So I will be walking out onto this ice rink in approximately 45 minutes' time without any ice skates on, trying not to slip over, which I'm slightly nervous about.
Are you?
Well,
I really hope you slip over.
I have walked on ice before.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've walked on this ice rink before without skates on. So, I'm going to slip A over T in front of everybody and make an absolute dick of myself, and you're just going to love every moment of it, aren't you?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. But we're obviously here to call the game. So just when Dakota comes into the box and eventually has to, fill for about 5 minutes, you'll understand why the quality of this broadcast goes down slightly. Until I fall on my ass and he starts laughing at me. But we are obviously here to call the game. The game, of course, is between the Red Barons and the Icebreakers. And we should go over a few of the little stats and numbers and everything else here, the names and the players and everything else in between hand. Now, obviously, this is our first and only game that we have commentated all year, Dakota.
It is.
We should really go over where these guys finished for the season. The Red Barons, they finished on top of the ladder here, Dakota. They had a very, very strong season in the year 2017. To be completely precise, they won 17 games, lost 6, didn't have any ties. So they were clear out on top. Even though it was a very close season, they still finished 3 points clear of your lot, the Falcons. The Icebreakers, in their very first season, 3rd place on the ladder. Now, you heard, obviously, from Mika and Leighton all that saying their goal was to not finish last. Well, not only did they not finish last, they finished, 3rd last, but they also finished 3rd. So they finished 3rd. The Cougars, my team, the reigning premiers, snuck into the finals. Not really snuck. I mean, they won 10 games. The Sharks only managed the 2 wins for the season. So, what's going on? He can play.
He can play.
All right. We're good to hear. Is that Dion? No? James? We've got the names here. Whittaker. All right, cool. We've been told he's the one to look out for. All right. Perfect.
Maybe the Barons.
He's got the war on his top.
This should be a.
The reason I said that was Dion, because Dion Jones used to have the war on his top. Dion Jones.
This should be a very good match.
Both teams Tony Rogers coming up there.
Have
some good players on the rink.
Incredibly good players,
very much so. But just go over that. So the Red Barons finished 1st, the Icebreakers finished 3rd, and how it sort of played out sort of in the previous weeks in the playoffs. The Red Barons in their qualifying final knocked off your boys, the Falcons, 8-6, direct qualification into the grand final. That, of course, gave them the week off. Their first grand final, Dakota, since 2011, our very first ice hockey grand final. Interestingly enough, in what probably will be our last ever Tasmanian Ice Hockey League grand final, to also have the Red Barons in it, considering they were in our very first one. It kind of nice bookended there. The Icebreakers obviously had to do it a little bit more, a little bit tougher. They went into an elimination final against the Cougars, where they actually came from behind to win that one. They won that 11-3, and also came from behind to win against the Falcons last week in the semi-final. They won that one 8-6. So they knocked off the last 2 champions in the Falcons and the Cougars in 2 weeks, and essentially knocked off the 2 most dominant franchises in the last 6 years of this competition. So, as we said, this is the first time in over 6 years that we've not had either the Falcons or the Cougars represented in a grand final, which is pretty incredible when you think about it.
It is.
You and I have called 4 of these now. I did 2 of these previously before we were around, and every single grand final of these I've watched has either included the Cougars or the Falcons. So
it has.
Interesting that neither of them are here. So coming into this game, though, some other statistics that we'll say, they've both played each other 6 times in 2017, Dakota. So they've evenly spread the games, of course, coming into this one. And to make it even more difficult up here in the commentary box, to make it even more even, they've both won 3 games apiece. So the Red Barons defeated the Icebreakers in round 2, in round 12, and in... No, sorry, let me rephrase that one again. Sorry, Ben, I'm reading the wrong stats. The Red Barons beat the Icebreakers in round 7, round 17 in round 22, 9-4 in round 7, 12-5 in round 17, and 7-3 in round 22. The Icebreakers beat the Red Barons in round 2, 7-5. They won in round 12, 8-5, and in round 27, 9-5. So there have been fairly close games as well between these teams when it comes to that. So, I mean, judging on those statistics, does that change any of your mind at all in this, Dakota?
It's still very difficult to pick a winner here, to be honest. Like, yeah.
You just lost
honestly,
for words.
It's very difficult.
You're lost
really,
and not
teams
not sure what to think.
On form. Maybe obviously Barons finished on top of the ladder.
They did,
but you know,
it's a similar setup to last year.
During similar
setup last year. That we had first, third last year. In the fact that it was Cougars finished first and the Falcons finished third. So I guess probably a lot of people last year were expecting maybe a Cougar Sharks grand final. Sharks were eliminated. So therefore this year maybe people expecting a Red Barons Falcons grand final. Falcons eliminated in aspect. Now the one that's really interesting here, Dakota, you referenced the Adelaide Richmond scenario in terms of the grand final. Now of course in that situation no player in the AFL grand final had ever played in an AFL grand final before. Incredible. We're going into this game with only 11 players having played in grand finals before. Now that might sound like a fair bit, but considering the last few years when we've had Falcons, Sharks and Cougars involved, when you're probably looking at 20, 25 players of all grand final experience, it's completely different. Look at the Red Barons here, for example, Dakota. Only 3 of their players have ever played in a grand final before. At least, and when I say this, I will say in the era of since 2011. So obviously, we're not counting statistics pre-2011 when the league was slightly different and not a lot of records were kept. So post-2011, pretty much this decade, only 3 of these players, and that's Scott Reid, Dean Hargraves, Matty Adams, the heart and soul of this team, the three staple players of the Red Barons who we've called a lot of in the last few years. They all played back in that 2011 squad that lost to the Cougars. Now that game, just for people remembering our very first grand final, the Red Barons were pretty much in control of that entire match. They led right up until the third period, and just the third period dominance by Richard Fox in that game. I always talk about it. In all the years I've called this game, I've never seen one player dominate as much as I saw Richard Fox dominate in the very first game I played. So that's essentially, the Red Barons lost that day to Richard Fox. So that's kind of what happened. So 3 players on the Red Barons. Now the Icebreakers, it's a brand new franchise, of course. This is their first year in the competition, their first grand final. So therefore you would expect, none of their players have ever played in grand final. Well, no. 3 of their players previously, of course, have played in grand finals. We spoke to Mick, we spoke to Leighton, both previously Sharks. I mentioned they've played in 3 losing grand finals for the Sharks in 2012, 2014 and 2015. Rob Maver is previously a Falcon. He's played in 2 grand finals. He lost last year and won in 2015. So that then means that Rob Maver, the only player on this ice this evening who has tasted premiership glory since 2011. There's your stat for you there, Dakota. Will that be enough to help him come over the line when it comes to, knowing what it takes to win a premiership?
Oh, one can only hope, can't they?
Well, you will have to wait and find out, won't we? And in terms of the scorers, none of those 3 Red Barons players, Scott Reid, Dean Hargraves, Matty Adams, scored in 2011. But have, on the opposite side, Cockerell, Polari and Maver have all scored in grand finals before. So judging on that experience alone, give that slightly there to the Icebreakers. Now, just in terms of the players, we'll go over some of the previous grand final statistics in just a moment, but let's go over some of the players here, Dakota. The Red Barons, who we're familiar with most of these guys, we've called these a lot over the last few years. As we mentioned, the big 3, Scott Reid, Dean Hargraves, Matty Adams, they're the core 3 of this team, are they not? We talked about how, as a powerful duo, Scotty Reid and Matty Adams, how well they work together, Hargraves as well. Well, they're a strong trio. And we're also the other players that we're familiar with, Tobias Skills, of course, we've called a bit of. Molly Faces here. And then we're not too sure if Isaac Hoyke and Nate Meyer, they're on there, obviously, their team list, but probably not playing tonight, judging on the actual official list we've got for the players tonight. We also got to look at Daniel Briggs as well as James Whitaker, who we've been told is a player to watch for the Red Barons. He's been the difference this season. Yeah. Now, he's wearing the Dion Jones jersey, the famous number 9 War shirt.
Surely they give that to the best player of the team.
Possibly. You're looking at him right now. He's having a bit of a conversation here. He's actually right now lined up here in front of the Icebreakers bench, and he's having a bit of a word with him here. What do you think he's saying to Mika Polari here right now?
He's probably saying, I'll give you $20 if you let me win this game.
So you think he's bribing the Icebreakers? They are the Glamour Club. They are the money team, the Glamour team. But we'll see. But right now, at the moment, we talked about how the Icebreakers out in the ice. Well, the Red Barons have entered the arena. In terms of goaltender for the Red Barons, Todd Stringer seems to be the guy in the net right now. He's wearing the number 13. He's looking quite and rary and fit and ready to go with his white helmet and everything along those lines. And we've also I should say, speaking of glamour, speaking of Hollywood, Marcus Hollywood Bendel has joined us in the box for the first time this evening. Marcus, welcome.
Ben, it is wonderful to see you back in the Glenelg Coliseum.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. I got offered big money to come back, so I'm glad the cheque cleared, and I appreciate it.
Contract.
Yes, thank you very much. We're just going over the Red Barons team at the moment here, Marcus, and we're talking a little bit about James Whitaker wearing the number 9 Dion Jones Memorial jersey, the War jersey.
The War Machine, a well-earned title from this season.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about James. Like, where's he from? What's he do? What's he eat for breakfast?
I can't say with 100% accuracy, but there's rumours amongst the change rooms here from Philadelphia.
Right.
Tried out for the Flyers.
Okay.
All of his gear is very, 100% legit.
Mm-hmm.
So a force to be reckoned with, absolutely.
Okay.
So he's the actual.
Yeah, an actual representative of the NHL here.
So we've got an NHL player and we've got an Australian player. So we've hit the big time here, basically.
We've got big money. We've got the big names down here.
So Sidney Crosby, the rumour is true, will be playing tonight.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's fantastic. Good to see. Tell us, in terms of, just quickly while we got you here, the Falcons. What the hell happened this year, Marcus?
What did happen?
Both
I want an
of our playoff
explanation.
games were metaphors for our season, in that we half-assed a third of it.
Right.
And both those times we half-assed the last third.
Yep.
And got beaten.
Okay.
Maybe we just collectively decided to give some other teams a go. Maybe I'm just saying that.
You choked. You choked, Marcus.
We choked.
You lose Rob Maver, you lose the Falcons. Just no Maver, no Falcons. Yep.
We had a tough year, but look, we were happy to get as far as we got. I'll be honest with you, we weren't hungry for it this year, and we got complacent, and that showed on the ice.
Who do you personally right now want to win, and who do you think will win?
Based on performances of the year, I've got a feeling in my gut that the Barons are going to win it out. I would love to see an Icebreakers Cinderella story. I think that the Breakers have done an amazing job this year, and to see them come up, train hard. It's amazing to see all these players who have much less experience than the other players out there, but they train harder, and you can see it. You see it on the ice, you see it with their players. And last time the Barons and the Breakers faced each other with 2 full-strength teams, I believe, the Breakers came away with a win, so anything can happen.
We joke about them being a glamour club. They've obviously recruited well, but I mean, in all seriousness, it's obviously through a lot of the program that the Van Diemen's League and Ice Hockey Tasmania have done with the Icebreakers, the up-and-coming players, the junior players, and it's really kind of helping feed in. So you've obviously got a few of these players who've been involved in that program are playing on the team tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We're having Leighton and Mika there. Sorry, telling me to put the mic closer to my mouth.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Having some more experienced players there to guide the younglings through has been very beneficial for them, and you'll see that tonight. I'm really excited for you to see how they play, and I'm excited for you to see the new Barons, basically, a team that has, like, textbook hasn't changed much these past couple of seasons, but as far as play styles, you just give Scotty Reid just one more player to play off, and everything goes upside down.
It's that missing link that they needed, basically. What prevented you from accepting the big money to go to the Icebreakers? What made you loyal to the Falcons this year?
It was just dollars.
Yep.
Lots of Hollywood parties.
Yep.
I mean, I'll be honest. It was a lot of coke.
Okay, fair enough. Kevin Spacey avoided.
No Pepsi.
No Pepsi.
No
Let's go.
Pepsi, yeah.
And MC, you're MC. You're the man behind the mic, and I've got to walk out on this ice. Any last minute advice for me before I go out there, before I slip on my ass at some point?
If you're going to fall over, fall backwards. Right on the tailbone.
Yep. I don't have a tailbone. It's been crushed over the years enough as it is. So, neither side of that area is getting used much anyway. So
skate carefully.
Yep.
Think of others.
No smoking. Damn it!
Don't throw ice.
Oh shit! I don't want to do it anymore. I quit. Can I hand it over to Dakota?
Yes,
at
you
your own
can.
risk. We take no responsibility. There's
Okay.
no insurance.
So I have to sign a waiver form or anything?
No disclaimer.
No, I'm telling you right now.
Yep.
If you hurt yourself, it's not on me
Right.
or the committee.
Well, when I walk down there, I'm gonna be handing my phone to somebody to film me falling down anyway. And Dakota's holding the fort up here. So
If you want, you can stay here and just sort of like fling the puck.
I'll just go.
No,
Go guys! Woo! Just throw it on the ice. But look, I appreciate the honour. I mean, obviously the entire Glenorchy City Council wasn't available because they're not there anymore. So I'm clearly the 18th down the list. So I appreciate that.
I'll be honest with you. It wasn't a very long conversation. We went, who do we want as our special guest? And I said, Ben's done such 7 years of incredible work.
Oh, at least two of them were incredible. The other
And
five
the
were.
committee agreed unanimously.
What about Dakota's 4 years of incredible work?
Well, I mean,
You've got to get a jersey. You haven't gotten a jersey yet.
No, but I should have. I was always promised a jersey. I
don't think he was promised one.
I was promised.
I
was promised.
Do you want your Falcons jersey?
I don't want my Falcons jersey. You let me down.
You want gear.
I appreciate it.
That's a fair
I
point.
appreciate it,
Maybe I am
though.
lucky
Obviously,
you got them,
Yeah, basically.
all the same. I mean, to kind of clarify, you sort of asked me a few names, and I threw a few out there, and you came back and said me. So I got chosen ahead of the Premier and John X. So
basically,
esteemed company there. But
I must adjourn to some more duties.
Please go off, and you've got to signal me when you want me to go over there and slip on my ass. But we'll have you up in the box, of course, during the game as well. So we'll keep your seat warm and the coat cold.
Sounds good. Fantastic.
Perfect. Cheers. Alrighty. And we've got some more people coming up here in the commentary box. Dakota is what we like. So yeah, I was just mentioning Todd Stringer. He's been the number one goaltender for the Red Barons this season. Played 21 of the games. And just to double check my list, yes, he is on the official lineup when it comes to the program here. As the crowd is flowing in here right now this evening. It's going great guns. Now let's have a look at the Icebreakers, the Glamour squad, the junior squad. Let's call them everything else. But you're going to remember a few of these names, of course, from previous sides. Mika Polari, of course, former heart and soul of the Sharks. Mr. Finland. He, of course, is the Donald Bradman of the Ice Hockey Tasmania League, as we've always said. Jace Davis as well, former Red Barons. Leighton Cockrell, of course, former Sharks. Rob Mamer, former Falcons. Now, Per Gustafsson, that's a name we're going to butcher a few times, I think, here tonight.
Can you say it again for me?
Per Gustafsson. It's a great name. What a name that is. Like,
it is quite a good name.
As a commentator, I like it when a player's got a good name.
Yeah.
Like John Smith, fair enough, you've got a name.
Yeah.
But Per Gustafsson, it just rolls off the tongue.
Doesn't it, John?
Gustafsson. Brilliant.
Oh, Gustafsson with the goal.
I want you to be shouting that at one point this evening.
Watch me.
Nick Turner, a friend of mine actually, I've known for quite some time. He's getting all laced up this evening, ready to go. Christine Cockrell, of course, who we spoke to previously. I mean, her resume just speaks volumes for itself. As I said, she legitimately has played for the Melbourne Ice in the Women's Australian Ice Hockey League, has represented Australia in ice hockey as well. So she's definitely a big name one there. And of course, other players on the ice hockey, the Icebreakers list, Kat Wood, James Bishop. Not too sure if they're lining up, but we'll soon find out. In goal, Luke McDiarmid, former Red Baron. So a couple of the Red Barons who have swapped ship here as well, Dakota. It's not just all about Sharks and Falcons players switching up. But just going quickly over some of the stats and the numbers and everything along those lines when it comes to some of these players.
Yep.
So Daniel Briggs lines up tonight. He's played the most games out of everyone this season. He's played 24 games. In terms of other statistic leaders, Scott Reed is the season leader for assists and points, 52 assists, 97 points. And James Whittaker, the man we've been told to look out for, points per game average of 4.3, which is the leading one for the entire competition. So the Red Barons have a lot of leaders when it comes to their list, so we've got to keep an eye out when it comes to those guys. The Icebreakers, well, I've heard that they're the best at Facebook Messenger.
Oh, really?
So that's good for them.
That should be interesting, yeah.
It really should be.
Yeah.
We compare the goaltenders here quickly, though. Stringer versus McDiarmid. McDiarmid's played 20 games, Stringer 21 games. The goals against average, well, McDiarmid leads that one. He's only led an average of 5.2 goals in a match. Stringer, 6.3 goals a match. So the defence a little bit better on the Icebreakers there. Although Stringer comes in having won a few more games percentage-wise there. Does that change your mind when it comes to any of these statistics or anything that you were thinking pre-game here, Dakota Leary?
Not really.
No?
Should it?
I don't know. I mean, this is entirely your brain right now, which is a scary thought. I don't know if I want to think about your brain.
I don't tend to like thinking about my brain either, to be honest.
No. One thing I will say is this crowd really is filling up right now, and I say this every year that we come here and do this. I do like it when people come here prepped with their ice hockey tops and ready to go. We've got a New York Islanders fan came in. I saw a Buffalo Sabres fan walk in. There's Kevin Facer wearing a Montreal Canadiens one. I've got my Calgary Flames one on. You don't have your Las Vegas Golden Knights top on there, Dakota?
Yeah.
Not yet? I just told you about they existed all of half an hour ago, but you're I'm a Chicago Blackhawks fan. I go for two teams, Dakota. I go for the Ducks and the Flames, so you're allowed to go for two teams as it is.
All right.
This crowd has just filled up all of a sudden. We are 25 minutes away from puck drop. It's technically me doing it.
Yeah.
The ceremonial part. I'm going to try and work out my route here to kind of just whack yourself in the face with the microphone. You're doing a good job.
My teeth are too big, it's the problem.
Your teeth are too big. That's that's credible. Well done. In terms of playoff stats, we should just go over some of the scorers there. Obviously, we know that the Red Barons have only played the one playoff game, and that was James Whittaker scored a hat-trick a couple of weeks ago against the Falcons. Scotty Reid scored 2 in that one. Other goal scorers in that one, Hargraves, Briggs and Adams. For the Icebreakers, it's been a very good playoffs for Mika Polari, who we kind of always... He's the early goal scorer. Mika Polari always liked to score an early goal from a long distance. He scored 4 goals for the Icebreakers in their 2 playoffs games. Jace Davis has scored 5. Cockrell also scored 5, and we know how powerful Cockrell can be. Rob Maver, he's scored the 3, and Nick Turner scoring the 3 as well. So, nice spread around there when it comes to the different players scoring the goals, which we like a nice spread of players, do we not?
We do like a nice spread of players.
We do like a nice spread of players.
We do also like a nice spread of the crowd.
We do.
Yeah.
Which it's really packed in. Like literally within the space of 3 minutes, this place just filled up. They've opened the doors and they've come flooding in.
The floodgates have opened.
Now, I don't like. I'm obviously we're not really going to probably find out too much until the game starts itself. Whether it's a pro Barons or a pro Icebreakers. I'm seeing a few red streaks on the faces here of some of the children, so I'm going to guess the Red Barons maybe will have the crowd support. But I'm going to say, just from a fan, like it's kind of similar to an AFL situation. The Giants and the Suns don't have a big fan base. They've got to build up to it. Whereas the Red Barons have been around in this league for a long time. Obviously one of the teams that have been in here, they've got a sign up on the wall, so they've been in it for a long time. I'm going to say this is going to be probably more pro-Red Barons. I think they've got the supporter base, the hungry supporter base. We know our good friend Paul Luttrell, who sadly isn't in the commentary box.
The Suns, when they first came into the AFL, they didn't have much of a support.
No, they didn't.
So,
but
maybe a better one's a great race in Sydney, but
well, I mean,
look, a better example.
I like the Suns better than the Giants, but there's reasons behind that. But I'm going to assume that the Barons will have a bit more support here this evening. Good. Which the people here are getting ready for. There's actually a kid there with a grey and orange beanie on, which I don't know if that means he's a GWS supporter. Wow, you find them in there. It's interesting when you actually see GWS supporters anywhere. The interesting thing too that we should note, we were joking about it with the Icebreakers when we were in their room before. They've never actually lost a playoff game. This is their third playoff. And they won their previous 2. So if you want to be technical, the Icebreakers are completely undefeated in the playoffs.
They've never not made it to the grand final.
True.
Which is incredible stuff.
I know, right?
Absolutely crazy.
It's 100% when it comes to grand finals. On the flip side of that, the Red Barons coming into these playoffs, they struggled. They actually had not won a playoffs game since 2012. So they've kind of broken that duck. But when it comes to their playoffs games in the last 7 years, the only side they've ever beaten is the Falcons. So there's a bit of a statistic for you when it comes to the Red Barons. I mean, last season they were eliminated in the elimination final to the Falcons. Didn't make the playoffs in 2015. Lost the semi-final in 2014 to the Falcons. Didn't make the playoffs in 2013. Went out in 2012 in the semi-final to the Sharks, and of course lost that grand final back in 2011 to the Cougars. I don't have any stats for the Icebreakers. I've already gone over
Fair
theirs.
enough, yeah.
Just going over the grand finals in recent years, because we want a close game. I guess kind of at the end of the day, Dakota, you and I are neutral observers. You know, sadly the Falcons and the Cougars didn't make it. But we are neutral observers, are we not?
Yes, sure.
So we want a good game.
Sure.
This crowd around us want a good game.
Yeah.
So, judging on recent grand finals, though, last year wasn't a close game. Do you remember last year?
Just.
The 15-9 blowout that was last year, that we literally had 14 goals scored in the final period. That was an epic game last year.
That was one, the Cougars one, wasn't
it? The Cougars belted that one in. They were 8-2 up at the end of the second, and they just but there was 14 goals scored in that final period.
Yeah.
So
that was crazy.
Incredible.
Yeah.
2015, of course, the Falcons defeated the Sharks 7-1. Now, I remember that game quite well because that was a very tight, close game for the most part.
Yeah.
It was 3-1 heading into the third period, but the Falcons blew it out. They won it 7-1. The Sharks only scored, I believe from memory, they actually scored the first goal of the game and just did not score after that. So they only scored one game for that's the lowest score we've had in the grand final in the last 7 years. The biggest blowout we had since we've been calling it back in 2014, the Falcons ripped apart the Sharks 16-7, just absolutely creamed them. That was a dominant year for the Falcons. 2013, that was kind of the passing of the torch, so to speak. The Cougars that year went for the three-peat, but they unfortunately couldn't quite do it. They were leading all game against the Falcons, but the Falcons came through to win 8-6. That started their three-peat, of course. 2012, similar story. The first three that we called, the side that was winning all game ended up losing in the third period.
Oh, I can see the Jumbotron's
the Jumbotron's up. We've got some lovely little scenery going on there. There's Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
Some advertising going on here for San Francisco. Cougars 7-5 back in 2012, and the Red Barons last time they made it, of course, 2011. They lost that one 8-11 to the Cougars. Now, they did, I will say, the Red Barons did win in 2010. I don't have that score or who they beat, so I can't tell you the official statistics of that, but I do know that they did win in 2010. So they've technically won. He's another NHL fan. We've got an Arizona Coyotes fan walking up there with his stick, and good to see. And everybody now is just kind of lolling around, and we're listening to this very interesting soundtrack. Which, what would you put on the soundtrack if...
I'd put... not sure, to be honest.
Bit of the Beebs?
No, none of the Beebs, definitely.
No Beebs?
No Beebs.
How can you not have the Beebs?
Yeah.
Beebs is an ice hockey staple. He's Canadian. He likes his hockey. I mean, he jumps on any bandwagon team that's doing well in the NHL.
Put Beebs in an ice hockey game.
Put a bit of the baby when they score a goal, you know?
Probably not. Maybe a bit of Motorhead.
Motorhead? Yeah. None of your Rise Against, beloved Rise Against at all? No? One thing we should obviously note that's different here in the playoffs, of course, is generally they do stop clock for whistles, which is obviously different when it comes to the regular season. They just do let the play go even when a whistle's blown. Now, sometimes they do alternate that. I believe a couple of the grand finals, they've still let the play go when the whistle's gone and they only stop it in the last period. Sometimes they do it for the entire game. We haven't been told which way it's going this time around, so we'll let you know. In terms of the overtime rules, something as well we haven't necessarily been clarified. I don't know if you remember, we had a playoff game last year, went into overtime and we thought it was golden goal, but it wasn't. That went into double overtime, if I'm not mistaken, with that game.
It did,
so we will wait and see what that will be. We would like to see an overtime result.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
But isn't that a nice picture of us?
Yeah,
look at us there, happy with Paul in the box.
Oh yeah, Paul. Where's he at?
Training for a race.
Yeah, isn't he?
Hello to Paul if you're listening, Paul. We miss you, Paul. This is the thing. Paul's beloved Red Barons make the grand final and he can't even show up.
No.
Couldn't get a ticket. That's what it was. 100,000 people cramming in here to see him.
That's just left it too late. He wasn't expecting him to make it to the grand final.
He wasn't. Just some tweets here, Dakota, just to go through. Justin Bieber has tweeted out.
Oh, has he?
Says, go Icebreakers. Cap off a good year. That's good to see there. That's nice.
I have a tweet here from Katy Perry.
Oh, Katy Perry's tweeting in. Great. What does Katy say?
Don't care much for ice hockey, but this should be a good game.
Okay, cool. Donald Trump's tweeted in saying, Red Barons and Icebreakers not real teams. This is all fake news. Sad. Okay, well, that's pretty standard Donald Trump, really. Fair enough. We'll keep tweeting. Hashtag VDLGF 2017. All right. I think it's just 17. Don't put in the 20 in there.
Yeah,
so VDLGF 17.
VDLGF 17,
send us your thoughts, questions. We'll probably take about a year to do it. And
I don't think I've been on Twitter since the last grand final, actually.
I don't think you have. Our referees here this evening are going to be the esteemed Rob Pike and Kevin Facer, as Rob Pike pulls his lipstick out and is just drawing some circles out there on the ice to make sure we've got the face-off spots ready to go. The lines are sort of faded away a lot since I think we've been here. But these goals, which we mentioned, brand new, metallic, brilliant-looking goals, nets ready to go. They're certainly fine-looking nets, raring to up and ready to go. And this is the moment where the teams, of course, are in their locker rooms right now. They're having their final words, their final chance to say we are now a good 15 minutes away from this game beginning. What's being said right now in the rooms?
Okay, I think in Icebreakers there's a bit of okay, boys, we never expected we'd get this far, and
he's really just bashing himself with the microphone. I just don't know what his problem here is.
And we've got a good chance to win our first grand final, and not too much pressure. There's always like other years, but just play your best, and back in the Red Barons, we got, all right, boys, we haven't made a grand final for 7 years, and we're gonna do this. So you pull your heads in and get out there and break some ice.
Good call there. I think that's pretty standard. Really got to focus on the fairy tale nature of this grand final though. We've gone all over those players, but whoever does win tonight, there's going to be a great Cinderella story. Obviously, the Icebreakers, first year in the competition, to win it, first crack, that will be a big deal in itself. But when it comes...
I do like that Jumbotron.
We'll talk about the Jumbotron in a second. But when it comes, obviously, to Mika, to Leighton, so many years, so close. They've lost 3 of these in the last 7 years. For them, that will be huge for them. But then also, same with the Red Barons, Hargraves, Reed, Adams. They've been sort of in the almost the whipping boys. The Red Barons, it's been a long time since they've been here. So for them, either way, we're going to have a great story to tell. But yeah, you're right. This sort of Jumbotron scoreboard.
That's amazing.
That is a beautiful looking thing. Yeah. That is wow. That is the Natalie Portman of scoreboards. That is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna take a photo of that. That's how beautiful it is. Good job here for the Van Diemen's League to do that. I'm just eagerly keeping an eye out here of when I'm being called down to the ice. So you're gonna have to. What are you gonna talk about when I'm down there?
No clue. I'll probably just commentate your movements, I guess.
Commentate my movements.
Yeah, I guess you should probably give me that clipboard so I can figure something out to say.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. Yeah. I might have to duck down a few minutes early. I think I might need to use the bathroom. I'm getting nervous.
Oh, okay. You're a bit nervous, are you?
Not really, but I just thought I would make it out like I am. It's a beautiful day here at Hobart. Beautiful day for hockey. It's cold and wet and rainy. It's about 9 degrees outside. Yeah. The mountain's completely covered in mist. We're smack bang in November. It's meant to be getting warm right now, but currently everybody on a Saturday evening's decided to come and witness this.
The whole of Hobart is just here.
100,000 plus. We're looking forward tonight at the Coliseum, and kind of just point out in the year that since we've been here, they really have gone out of their way to upgrade this facility. As we mentioned, the Jumbotron. It's gone out of their way here. The concession stands, the ticketless paper system. The ticketless, that doesn't make sense, does it? The ticketless system, the paperless system. Thank you. This is why we have Dakota here. It was a breeze coming through the turnstiles. Flashed our media accreditation. We'll bang straight up into the commentary box. The usual droves of people wanting autographs and selfies.
It's on an iPad.
Look at Dakota's it's iPad technology.
Look at that. That's cool. I like that.
Look at Dakota getting excited.
Yeah.
We're getting to the point now where people are still showing up here to the stand and they're looking, they're trying to find a seat, they're trying to say, have you saved me a seat like you promised? But
no prevail.
Not quite.
Packed to the max here.
I like this sort of, like, I don't know if that is lipstick or what they've done with the sort of the ice, the dots where they've put for the face dots.
It honestly just looked like texture.
I think Rob Pike's got a bit of the lipstick. You know, those Canadians, the Vancouver, they pull up the thing
definitely.
and they just draw it on.
They've reinforced the net here as well.
They have.
Since we last came.
Want to hope so. I think they've gone to Bunnings and, Because speaking of Bunnings, lowest prices are just the beginning. Go to your local Bunnings store. We're still always trying to get sponsors.
Yep, sponsored by Bunnings.
Brink.
Actually, Bunnings end of...
The Bunnings end, of course. The right-hand side of us, going towards that. And the city end. We're going to call that the Caltex end this year, Dakota. I think that's appropriate. We're going to sponsor it. Yeah. So the Caltex end. Great petrol. Great giant sausages, and the staff are kind of cute. Yeah, so that's what we're going to say for Caltex.
And
hello to all our Caltex friends.
Yeah, hello. And the Bunnings end, lowest prices are just the beginning.
Yes, great if you want a sausage on a Saturday. Yeah, I didn't get mine today.
I couldn't. We're here. We've got responsibilities.
True. If anybody listening wants to bring us a sausage, by all means do. And Dim Sims, we're always open. Dim Sims, did they have any at the Caltex there? I didn't see any.
I don't think so. They just had sausages and pies. Sausage rolls and pies, rather.
No, it's a bit disappointing, really, they did that. Now, the last few years that we've done this, I mean, generally the ceremonial puck drop of it is the Honourable Mayor of Glenorchy, Christy Johnson.
What mayor?
What mayor? There's no mayor. You and I are as much as the mayor right now as Christy is. But she usually joins us in the commentary box. So, I mean, you by all means give a Christy Johnson impersonation if you want to.
All right.
Fuck you, Teddy Bird! Thank you, Christy. Pleasure having you in the box. Those comments might not necessarily...
Bit of a plug for me. I'm running for alderman this year.
Oh, God, I'm so glad I'm leaving the state. Finally, when I get to, the next council elections, I'll be in Queensland.
Vote one Dakota Leary for alderman of GCC.
Why? What do you offer?
I offer a stable Glenorchy City Council.
Really? Can you promise that,
I'll do my best.
Can you promise that, though?
No, I don't think anyone can, to be honest.
You should be running for the head of TIFF because Joe might be a senator.
Yeah.
So good luck for Joe. Joe Seeker, vote 1, Pembroke. Yeah. One house has gone today.
Yeah, today's the day. So
cheers. I don't know if we were meant to. Where is Pembroke?
Pembroke's over the river.
Okay, so that's not us.
We're fine.
Okay,
We're Denison.
No. The Senate ones are different.
Oh, are they?
The upper house. I think I'm Elwick. I think the upper house of different areas. Anyway, hello to all our political fans out there. We're getting close here because we've got some of the Icebreakers players. Polari in front of us is doing the usual Finnish stretches. That's just how they do it in Finland. That's peak Finnish. That's peak Finland right there. That is as happy and as excited as a Finnish person gets. Like if he wins this and he gets a victory speech, we're so happy to win this game for the Icebreakers. That's literally peak Finland right there. Like that is, you do not get
all your Finnish people on Kimi Räikkönen and Mika Hakkinen
and Valtteri Bottas and Heikki Kovalainen and any other Finnish person that has ever been a Finnish person. The Cockerel down there, just that's Leighton, of course, having a bit of a conversation there with Marcus. I wonder if he's just sort of saying, "Hey, Marcus, if you accidentally put a couple of goals up there on the scoreboard, that will be all right." Cockerel having a few words here to Kevin Face, having a few nods, saying, "Yes, Leighton, it's okay. We'll give you a few of those calls. That's fine." I do like how we do have one Sharks player and one Falcons player being the other the referees. No Cougars players, of course. We know how good referees they would be because they're very esteemed and professional, the Cougars. But sadly, no, they're video referees here.
Wasn't there another team called the Ducks at some point?
The Mighty Ducks, the Launceston Mighty Ducks last year, sadly folded.
Yeah, right.
And the Icebreakers came in. So Launceston, as often is the case, nothing good comes from there, and they can't maintain anything because it's Launceston. Just to speak a little bit quiet in case all of a sudden we've been surrounded by the former Mighty Ducks players or something like that. The players are coming out now, getting ready to enter the ice.
Yes.
See Nick Fall there, another Cougars player, got his digital camera out there ready to go. Good on you there, Nick. Michael Katinas, Cougar legend, chewing down there on he's had a salad sandwich. Is it there, Dakota?
I think it's a salad wrap.
It's a salad wrap. Looks very healthy there, Michael. Good job. Yeah. I think he might be the man to hold my camera. When I go there. Molly Facer just emerged from the rooms there, I can see. Good to see Molly back out there with the Red Barons. Interesting there that Molly and her father will be refereeing. Ooh, just, Bit of a possibility there. Just keep an eye out for that. We have another NHL fan. We've got a New York Rangers fan.
We do, yes.
Hopefully she won't sit next to the New York Islanders fan. We might have a bit of rivalry in the crowd going on. I'm going to have to leave you very soon, Dakota. I'm just waiting to get the signal.
Yeah. I actually have no clue what I'm going to talk about.
Well, your one job is to not let this seat go, because if my seat is taken, I'm gonna get angry.
I'm sure the crowd around me can help me with that. We'll start a riot.
This is the Ben Waterworth Memorial commentary seat.
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, I'm going to sit in your spot when you come.
Well, my ass is that big, so I mean, you've got to kind of lay down probably in the position. But I you know what? I might actually make my way down just because I'm going to have to squeeze through all these people, because if I have to do it in a rush, they're going to laugh at me and I'll fall over quickly.
Yes.
So Dakota Leary is going to take over this commentary box right now. I'm going to go down and drop this puck and make an idiot of myself. Best of luck, sir.
Yeah.
Be nice to me in the commentary box.
Yep.
Hey. You're being told to wear a Red Barons jersey.
Team.
Just wear
wrong
it.
Team.
Do what you're told. All right. Over to you, Dakota.
Hey? No, that's Paul.
Over to you.
All right. So I've been given a Red Barons t-shirt here. Not my team. Probably won't wear it. My team didn't make the grand final, unfortunately. So I'm actually going to move into Ben's old seat if I can, hold all of this equipment without dropping it all. Oh, let's listen to Marcus. Crowd cheering for the Red Barons, mainly, I think.
Now, as a matter of curiosity, if you are an Icebreakers fan, clap your hands and stomp your feet.
Woo! Yeah, I'm an Icebreakers fan.
Clap your hands and stomp your feet. My name's Marcus, I'm the Secretary for Ice Hockey Tasmania. I'm here just to MC a couple of things. First of all, as a matter of safety and security, we have an exit here and here. I don't think there's one there, so don't go that way in case of an emergency. Toilets are located on the other side of the games room there.
Going over some safety briefings.
A little bit of money. Biggest skater from Tasmania is representing Australia in Dubai early next year. She's trying to raise some funds. Her name is Anne Smith. So we've got a collection box at the front desk here. If you're feeling a little bit generous after the game or during any of the period breaks. As a matter of security, please stay either behind these nets for the stands or behind the glass here during gameplay. Pucks are liable to go any section down here. You'll probably get hit in the head. We don't want that. Please stay out of the cone section here when possible. That is our penalty box, and knowing these teams, that's probably be full most of the game. I'd like to introduce you to our officials today. We've got President of the committee, Kevin Facer, and Rob Pike.
Hopefully the microphone can pick all this up.
I would like to introduce one of the teams to the ice, the Icebreakers.
Icebreakers just coming onto the field now. I don't know whether the music playing is an actual team song or not. I doubt it. But yeah, looking like a very fit team out there. Let's see all the usual suspects for the Icebreakers this year. Nicky Polari, we've got Chase Davis, Leighton Cockrell, Rob Maber, Per Gustafson, best name ever. Oh, the Red Barons coming out. I wanted to have time to read out all the players, but I can't. So that's a shame. Bugger. Oh, see Mr. I've forgotten his name. That's a shame. Yeah, but he's there in number 13, so it's a bit unlucky. Made possibly a bit of a no, I've lost my words. Unfortunately, I've lost my words. I have no idea where that sentence was going at all. So, might tell you about my weekend. Do you want this back? Yep. Had to give the jersey back. It's my prized jersey that was given to me just at that very second. So. Alright. We've just got some crowd members trying to find a seat here, so I don't know where they're going to go. We really have a packed stadium here at the General Museum this weekend. This is the packedest I've ever seen it, so should be a good game. Should be very close. Marcus down there is just introducing the players, and Ben will do the ceremonial puck drop for Ice Hockey Tasmania this year. As we mentioned previously, Christy Johnson, but obviously no mayor this year. Marcus just introducing the Red Barons now. Both teams looking quite nervous. Both teams looking quite excited at the same time, which is incredible. It should be a very close game. Both teams have incredible players and names to look out for. Obviously, Scotty Reed, Nick Polari, and okay. Here's Marcus introducing Ben.
He's also been commentating our ice hockey grand finals with spectacular and professional passion for 7 years. We love him dearly. He's done a lot for our league, and so we'd like to welcome him to do the ceremonial puck drop, Mr. Ben Waterberg.
Here comes Ben onto the ice. Hopefully he slips over. That'll be funny. He hasn't slipped over yet. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for him to slip over. And taking a photo. Oh, there we go. Ceremonial puck has been dropped. I don't know if they play with the ceremonial puck. Maybe they just keep it as a thing. Alright. Here we go with a game of ice hockey. Let's get this show on the road. Teams just warming up for their last 5 minutes before the game starts, I guess. And here's Ben back. How was that, Ben?
I didn't slip over.
You know you didn't. I'm very disappointed in you for that.
All right. Are you really, or are you just?
I am. Yes.
No, you're not.
I actually am.
How did you go?
I did alright. I was trying to name the players as they were.
You were trying to name the players?
Phil, but
you did realise you had a list in front of you there that you could have just gone off, right?
What I was going to say, if you'd have let me finish.
Oh, sorry, that was rude of me, wasn't it?
Marcus just talked too quickly, and didn't have time to read them all out. So
I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm trying to. That was all right.
Yeah, good.
No?
That's good.
Looking forward to those terrible photos. But hi, how are we? Good. Yes.
Good, yeah.
Excited. We've got a good crowd.
Yeah, it should be
fantastic crowd.
Stretch my legs like non-grand final matches.
You can't just chillax and sort of, just pull your pants down and
can't do what I usually do.
I don't think you've done that before, but how great do these teams look out there and their new uniforms. I mean, it was only first ever year I ever commentated on this. We had players sort of in a variety of different jerseys. They were kind of all a bit all over the place. I remember the Cougars are sort of just in these generic blue, it's just kind of whoever's got a blue jersey, let's whack one on. But this time around, they're full on, looks absolutely fantastic out there. So props to everybody involved in this organisation here in Tasmania to have really turned this league around in the last few years. And in what probably will be our last one calling these, at least for the foreseeable future. I'm very happy that this has actually turned out the way it has.
It should be good. I'm excited for this. Yeah.
I'm very excited. This is, got to say, right now, before we give our final picks, before this game starts to go, this is probably one of the most excited I've been in some time. Last year was sort of the clash of the two dominant franchises of the last few years. This is kind of the up-and-comers right now. So right now, we're moments away from starting. Who's your pick? Final chance.
My pick, I think we need to to the Icebreakers.
Icebreakers?
I haven't watched them play, but my knowledge of the Red Barons from previous seasons is that they do not communicate well as a team.
Gonna give it a score?
And they do get quite angry. Score?
Give me a tip.
I'll give it 10-11 to
10-11. Oh, close one.
Yeah.
All right. I am going to say the Barons. I am going to say the Barons will win this one 9-5.
Okay. All right.
There we go. We've written it down. All right, we're getting ready. Kevin Facer ready to drop the puck. 2017 Van Diemen's League Grand Final is underway, and the Red Barons straight away win the draw. The Red Barons going towards the Bunnings end here, while the Icebreakers will go towards the Caltex end. And Leighton Cockrell already fast out of the blocks trying to stop this early Red Barons possession. They are controlling this already. Reid out there alongside Whitaker and Skills, the starting lineup for the Barons. We've got Leighton Cockrell out there. Whoa, Mika Polari's fallen down already. And Jace Davis.
That was Maver.
It was Maver. You are correct. It's the beards that throw you. They've both got very similar looking beards that can kind of throw you away. But thank you, Dakota, for clearing that one up. He is okay. Rob Maver is okay.
That's good.
The only player out there who has tasted premiership glory before. And he's one person that you definitely want.
He's already broken the ice.
He has. As Polari already is switched on for Leighton Cockrell. So we've got the bearded lineup right now here for the Icebreakers. And Polari, he loves an early goal. He gets it quickly to Davis. Flicks it back towards himself before Davis lets it go. Allows Maver to go over the top. The puck goes over the boards. And we will have a face-off. And do we have stop clock in grand final, or will it be reserved for the last period? We do have a stop clock. There we go. 18 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the opening period. I love this scoreboard.
Yeah, I like it.
It is a commentator's best friend. just to put it out there.
Yeah.
I think we've cracked the 100,000 mark here at the Glenorchy Dakota. We might be going for a record. I believe the record crowd is 113,000 at last year's grand final. The Titans of the Cougars and the Falcons. So there's a lot of red in this crowd, but also a lot of grey. There was a big cheer for those Icebreakers out there, wasn't there? Yeah. You know, so surprised me slightly. Now they're struggling to find the puck here, it seems, the referees. Rob Pike and Kevin Facer just searching through the Bunnings net there, just attempting to see it.
It's the Caltex net.
The Caltex, no, you're right. I meant they bought it from Bunnings, but it's at the Caltex end. I see what you did there, though. Good point. So for the first time, we're going to see Christine Cockrell out there on the ice, I believe. Right now for the Icebreakers. So this is your first opportunity to check her out here, Dakota.
Yeah, should be good.
Former, of course, Australian player. Good to see her out there on the ice. And she's skating away around there to try and get us a chance here for the Red Barons. Hargraves on the ice.
What it's like playing on such a smaller rink.
You think I would have asked that question, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But I didn't. Now we've got here for our Red Barons player out there who... I'm not too sure who Van Beest is, number 77. Not on our players list, but we'll try and work that out at the moment as Christine Cockrell has the puck. She turns it over to the Red Barons here as a long shot at goal there.
Nice save
by Skills. Great save there by the Icebreakers. Cockrell now has an opportunity. It's sort of a slow kind of feel to this fight game, isn't it? Not a lot of... players are sort of testing each other out here at the moment. It doesn't necessarily seem that they're going out of the way. It's Daniel Briggs is number 77 out there. Just to clarify, I've got a wrong number on my sheet. Jace Davis has a shot.
Loud.
And that one is saved. So I'm just going to adjust this on my note here, Mr. Leary, so I know that Briggs is number 77. I can call him that. Goaltender, of course, for the Red Barons, Todd Stringer. Catching that one, and we have a face-off just to the right-hand side of his net. Draw one there by Leighton Cockrell. Gets it to Rob Maver. Has a long shot right from the neutral zone. Fantastic shot there. Just sails wide. As the Red Barons, here's Scott Reid for the first time this evening. He gets it away. Oh, down behind the play. Davis is brought down. Maver, though, gets it and regroups back towards him. Davis forward over there through Scott Reid. As Maver turns it over. Here's our first opportunity to look at Whitaker. Just going to call him War out there. I'm going to call him Dion Jones a few times here this evening because he has got Jones' old jersey on. Here he is now, Whitaker, just along the boards. He can take it through Maver. Stops and props, spins it around. Good work there. Quick pass over to Molly Facer. She gets a quick shot away. Oh, shot there by Scott Reid. Just sails wide.
That was very close.
Closest opportunity of the night goes there. And we have a slashing penalty going the way of the Red Barons here. So we'll have our first power play of the evening going to the Icebreakers. James Whittaker sent to the penalty box. 2 minutes for slashing. And we have a power play. First one this evening. Opportunity here for the Icebreakers. And they'll go straight into attack with Leighton Cockrell, Jace Davis, and we have Maver on the ice at the moment. This is their strong lineup here that they're confident with. Cockrell in the neutral zone, slips it over to Maver. He's on a strong angle here. It goes to net! Davis with the goal! And the Icebreakers break the ice by scoring the first one of the grand final. Jace Davis with his 6th goal of these playoffs, and that is a great way. Well,
Scotty Reid will get a bit angry here if they start to lose.
Well, you got to say, if there is one positive to come from that goal, it's that the power play officially ends now for the Red Barons, so they get their full strength numbers right up now as we get an opportunity for Briggs. Takes on Christine Cockrell, who just shoves him aside, if you don't mind. Cockrell just with that puck and flick it around that way. She's looking, and she just maintains the puck using the skills there. What a thing, but her pass has only gone as far as referee Kevin Facer. Unlucky there for Christine as she's actually turned it over accidentally. Lovely little pass there by Hargraves to Skills. I thought that had kind of deflected in there. Briggs up against Cockrell again. They're kind of getting a little bit of a rivalry going on here as we see for the first time Gustafsson going on here for the Icebreakers. It's turned over now. Skills has a long shot. Glove save by McDiarmid. Great save. That's Joel Richardson-esque. Shoves the hand out, catches it in, and says, "Thank you very much. I'll have this puck. You can go back and try again."
And I'm sure they'll do just that.
The Icebreakers definitely. As that puck nearly decapitates half the audience. The Icebreakers, with that goal, have found a bit of the momentum, although the Red Barons still, I think, got to pick this speed up a little bit. Face a lovely pass to Reid. Great skate once again there by McDiarmid as Reid just shoving his way through. You're talking about that anger that Scott Reid has. Well, I think he's trying to channel it a little bit. It's very early days to kind of get too angry with it, but he sort of gets a long deflection away. There we have Whittaker. Back towards Reid. Whittaker again. Now what can he do? One side or the other. Long shot. Great little work there by Maver. Just sticks his stick out before the puck would even get towards anywhere near the goaltender McDiarmid. Davis, the goal scorer, turns it over. Nearly offside there. And the puck is actually deflected up on the board and down. We've got 14 minutes and 15 to play. Speed getting up a little bit here. A bit more of the desperation you would want to... I don't say desperation. It's still very early days, of course, in this game. But... the Barons are controlling the possession, but the Icebreakers are the ones with the opportunities. Hargraves on the draw for the Barons, loses it to Maver as Skills just along the boards, turned over though. Here's an opportunity, one-on-one. Maver again up into the rafters and just knocks that one down. And we will have another line change here for the Icebreakers. Gustafsson, Nick Turner for the first time this evening, and Mika Polari on the ice. Red Barons sticking at the moment with Briggs, Hargraves, and Scotty Reid. Haven't seen Adams and Reid together yet, Dakota. No. Dynamic duo. Polari, quick little pass over towards Turner. Turned over. No pun intended. Skills. Shot. Good pad save there by McDiarmid. It's way too early to mention the sausage, I think, Dakota, but so already he's...
It's going to be very controversial if the only goal scored in the first period is that one.
And there's a big knockdown there. Polari shoved down by Hargraves. Meanwhile, shot on goal by Skills, saved by McDiarmid, who again...
very controversial if the only goal scored in the first period. It will be the... power play goal.
I don't know if controversial is the word, Dakota,
surely.
But it
surely
shows maybe
surely
the Icebreakers...
some conspiracy theorists.
Well, look, maybe the Icebreakers are a team who can only score with less players in the ice. Who knows? We get an offside call there, though, meanwhile, as Davis just brought that one over a little bit and allowed his players to scoot back over the line. 12 minutes 20 to play in the first period. 1-0 the score here. Icebreakers leading this game. Face off one there by the Barons. Reed to face her. She turns it over though to Davis. Davis says Leighton Cockrell if she wants to use it, does. And Cockrell just can't quite get it. This allows the Red Barons on a breakaway. Oh, lovely chance there. Oh, and just wide on the net there by Whittaker. He had players falling around him everywhere, but managed to maintain the punt. Now Davis has got this on the other side, and he can have a shot, but that one just goes wide. The Red Barons regroup. Oh, lovely passing there. It allows Reed to get it. He quickly turns it over. Davis, he's in everything at the moment. And meanwhile, we just have a brief offside moment there. Just quickly there. Rob Pike quickly on it. Tell you one thing, when those Red Barons get those passing, the 1-2-3 plays, which we know back from our experience in commentating, is what they're so good at. And here's another opportunity. Quick little breakaway by the Red Barons. Shoots and wide there by Hargraves. He tries to get it. It's not Hargraves, sorry. It is Whittaker. Whittaker with the puck again. He's in everything here. Whittaker can try and get this through as he control it around McDiarmid. And good defence there by Rob Maver. The Red Barons have turned up the notch here right now. They've found the offensive mode on their controller. Scotty Reed scores! There we go! There is the equaliser.
Lovely shot.
And Scotty Reed draws it level. He's third of the playoffs. His 48th goal of the year, and we are all square, 1-1 as we approach the halfway point of this opening period. And this is what we want, Dakota. We want a close game. As Polari says, I'm going to win this face-off and I'm going to have a long shot because I think he thinks he's Brendan Rose, apparently. And there's a big fall there. Whittaker's just gone smack bang into the boards. Actually, it's Briggs, who's just collided with the boards. He's okay. He's up. Shaking himself off. Polari with a long shot. Oh, that's nearly gone actually under the pad of Todd Stringer. Just want to point out the crowd. If you actually look through that glass section there, Dakota, it's filled up in there as well. Once again, great crowd here in attendance at the Glenorchy for the 2017 Van Diemen's League Grand Final. It's 1-1. As there's an opportunity here for Skills. He just couldn't quite control it. He was one-on-one with the goalie there, but couldn't quite get it. Gustafsson, he gets the unlucky deflection off the stick of Hargraves there. Meanwhile, the Red Barons can regroup. Skills. He's got Hargraves on one side, Briggs on the other. Decides to take on two Icebreakers players himself. Allows it to get back to Hargraves. Hargraves finds Briggs. He's got a bit of open space here. Briggs can get the quick shot away. Oh, he just spun himself around there. And there's Christine Cockrell just swoops in like an absolute eagle. I guess that's a really bad way of saying it, but I couldn't think of something appropriate to say. She's involved early. So is Jace Davis. And there's definitely a few players right now who are making this game their own. Luke McDiarmid just doing so well on that net at the moment. 1-1, 9-12 to play in the first. Here's an opportunity. Here scores Leighton Cockrell! Off the draw, quickly gets it. Top right-hand corner. The Icebreakers retake the lead here. 2-1, and Leighton Cockrell scores his 6th goal of the playoffs. And we're back to a 1-goal margin, Dakota. Face off, though, by the Red Barons. Win it. Reed gets it straight back over to Whittaker. Oh, great save there by McDiarmid. Whittaker trying to control it there in the club corner. Skates away. Jace Davis has the puck. He's only got Molly Facer to beat. He just can't quite control it. He's got it stuck between his skates. Oh, lovely pass to Leighton Cockrell, but he's turned it over to Reed. Now, Reed, the quick little flick over to Whittaker. Whittaker, can he flick it back? He's got no one there to back him up. Now he does, but Reed can't control it. Leighton Cockrell, 1-on-1 if you don't mind. Leighton Cockrell! Great save by Stringer. Fantastic save. Pad down to the left, close the gap.
Cockrell was closing in very quickly.
It's moments like that can win or lose you a grand final, folks. And behind the play, Reed and Davis getting a bit intimate. Reed flicks it back to Whittaker. What a save there by Stringer. Cockrell's not a man you want to be facing down at full steam like that. And just remember that, folks. Remember that moment. Speaking of Cockrell, here's Christine. She has the puck right now, but turns it over to Skills. Skills gets it over to Hargraves. Hargraves flicks it back towards Skills. Polari's against the boards there. Oh, Skills, 1-on-1 now. Oh, he just binned that wide. Didn't even get it in close to the net. He'd like to have that opportunity again. He just completely stuffed that one up. And, wow. Another one of those moments in a grand final that you kind of don't want to have Turner with the puck. Icebreakers now. Polari, deflection off Skills, and that's almost a 3-point shot. I'm liking the intensity here, Dakota Leary.
Yeah. It's good. It's very good.
It's exciting. Great to have your company here.
Yeah.
7th grand final. It's a lot of fun.
It is. It's great.
And we now have the puck here to Briggs. Briggs flicks it over towards Hargraves. Hargraves one-on-one with Polari, the two old stalemates of this league. Polari wins that one to Turner. Turner back to Polari. Turner has a bit of a pike as he falls himself over, but Polari still fighting it again with Hargraves. Flicks it back now towards Davis, to Turner, but it's turned over. And Hargraves has no option but just to lump that one long, and we'll have an icing call. 6 minutes, 38 to play in this opening period. The Icebreakers 2, the Red Barons 1.
Yes.
That is how
That's
it is,
what's happened.
And they're a bit up and down, aren't they, with that clock. There's a quick face-off draw there by Cockrell. He scored a goal off that one before. Can't quite do it this time around. Davis, meanwhile, turns it over to Skills. Skills has got Briggs if he wants to use him, but he said he just goes at his own. Briggs will get the deflection off the boards, but it's going to be taken away by Davis, who's quick little shot away, though, by Briggs, who just quickly steals it away. Great save there by McDiarmid. And Cockrell can regroup in the club's corner. Flicks it over towards Davis. The two goal scorers just passing it off to each other. Now, what will Cockrell do? Back towards Davis. He fakes it low towards Maver. Maver can't quite hold on to it. Briggs is pushing his way through for the Barons. Cockrell just uses the body to shove him out of the way. And they just kind of regroup here on their lines. Reed. Oh, that just did not look as Briggs went off, and he thought he was there, but meanwhile here comes Whittaker through to Reed. Godly pass, Reed couldn't quite control it. He's got it back again. Whittaker has a shot again, and great save there by McDiarmid. Well, the Red Barons turned a bad situation into a good one there, and if Reed had controlled that puck, he was on. As he barnstorms his way through Maver, turns it over to Cockrell, who nearly decapitates Rob Pike, the referee. And Rob Pike, I think, just ends cleaning a bit of the poo out of the undies there, Dakota.
It must be so scary being a referee, isn't it?
Well, we're going to have the puck brought back up into...
I think what they do is they stop the clock when the puck is out of play rather than...
Yeah, they might be a lot more strict with it in the final period. Davis, passes it to himself, if you don't mind. He can sweep around the back of the neck, but beautiful job there by Whittaker to come through there and defend. Oh, well done, Whittaker. Shoves down Davis, if you don't mind, but he still controls the puck along the boards. One-man show here. Whittaker, can he go all the way? Oh, great save by McDiarmid. That would have been the goal of the match. He single-handedly stole that puck from behind the net, went along the boards himself, skated onto the centre ice, had the shot. McDiarmid with the great save. My goodness me. Keep an eye out for Whittaker. He's going to light a fuse here at some point. He's got the puck, looking for it now. Reed has it, flicks it back to Whittaker. Lovely shot. Molly Facer all by herself, has a shot, can't close the angle. Great save by McDiarmid. Gets the puck.
Wasn't going to go in anyway, I don't think. It was going to hit the post.
She needed to go, I think, a little bit higher than that. She needed to get a bit of air in that puck to have any opportunity, but the gap was way too tight there for Molly Facer. But we have another draw here. Hargraves. Oh, Christine Cockrell just storms away through, if you don't mind. She's going to flick this one back towards Gustafson, but can't quite do it. Hargraves there, but not where he wants to be. He's got the puck, though, this time around. He's got Briggs if he wants to use him. Skills, and Cockrell steals it away. This is Christine Cockrell this time around. She's spun around a little bit, and Hargraves can't find the puck. Neither can Cockrell. She's got it now. Can she flick it back to Davis? Good job there by Skills to just steal the way through two players. He's now got it in the neutral zone. Flicks it back to Hargraves. Hargraves tries to get it through Gustafson, but he can't quite do it. Cockrell, what can she do? Nothing. Gustafson, he loses the puck. And Hargraves, 3-on-2 opportunity here for the Red Barons. Good shot there by Skills. Can't quite control it. He does. Skills. McDiarmid makes his first mistake of the match. He spilled the puck, and it was just a sitter there for Skills to pop it in. He had to put it in, and he did. And we're back to 2-2
towards the end of the first period.
And, McDiarmid's played such a strong game up until this point, and he's still playing a strong game. We all make mistakes.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't quite control that one. Spilled it straight to Skills, who had a wide open gap, and that gap was enough for him to slide in the puck, and we have a even scoreline right about now. Face off won by the Barons as they flick it back towards their defensive zone. Molly Facer towards Scott Reed, flicks it, lovely pass to Hargraves, it falls over. The puck dribbles back towards Facer, but Davis storming his way through, can't quite get to it as Reed just bides his time slightly. He's got the puck now. He's just maintaining his composure. Davis just wants to put him off his zone there. He was about to fall over, but he's like, nah, I'm not letting you control this. I'm going to tap it away from you. Davis, the one-man show. Oh, finds it open. Leighton Cockrell. Oh, he clings the bar. You could hear that one from up here. Meanwhile, here goes Whittaker. Oh, is there a trip there by Maver? Shot at goal by Reed. Now we're going to have a delayed penalty here. They called for a trip. It is. Maver is going to the box, and we will have a penalty. And a power play, 1:57 to go in this period, which will mean for the first time the Barons get themselves a power play. That was, I think, it was an obvious trip. It was unfortunate, but here it is. Red Barons power play. Reed gets it back towards Whittaker. Whittaker towards Skills. Skills, oh, he has the shot, but he just loses control of the puck. He looks and waits. Back towards Whittaker over the top. Reed. It's kind of this binding play, and we've got Polari and Christine Cockrell out there. Whoa! As Polari gets boarded, bang! And I think we're going to have a charging penalty. We will, and that is going to be 2 on 2.
To watch.
So their power play lasted all of 30 seconds, and Hargrave's not happy with that call. But look. There's the difference, I think, between this league and regular ice hockey leagues is the fact that you've got a smaller rink, you've got a little bit more obstruction when it comes to danger. So we're going to have 2 on 2 right now. And you thought 3 on 3 was fast. I see 2 on 2. Scotty Reed and Tobias Skills with Christine Cockrell and Mika Polari. Indeed. Oh, Polari with a long shot, and nearly Stringer failed with that one. Reed, he's not holding back. Oh, good save by McDiarmid. It's really down to the goaltenders right here, as Skills finds himself all by himself in the neutral zone. Good work by Polari. Oh, it's really wobbling itself down into the net, but McDiarmid will cover that one up, and we will have a draw. So what will happen here, of course, is that the Icebreakers will get about a 30-second power play at some point here. So we'll wait and see when that, of course, happens. Skills with the puck. We've got 47 seconds remaining in the opening period. It's even Stevens right now. Skills goes behind the net. Leighton Cockrell's on the ice right now. Davis, haven't seen Leighton and Christine on the ice together at the moment, so we'll see if that happens at some point. Long shot by Davis, and it seems both sides right now happy to play for time. Both not really going out of their way to attack. They're just maintaining possession. 27 seconds left in this period. As Skills has it. Love a little pass over. He's got 17 seconds here. Scotty Reed. Oh, good shot there on an angle. Can't quite close the gap. 12 seconds remaining here. Icebreakers. Davis just decides to go for a long shot rather than anything. 8 seconds remaining. 7, 6. Can they go for a shot? They're happy to wait for the clock to end. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Nobody wants to do anything except wait for that whistle. And the end of the first period. The Red Barons 2, the Icebreakers 2. We are all even Stevens after 1. Dakota Leary. What an opening period.
Well, I mean, the scoreboard says it all, doesn't it?
It does.
Not many goals scored, and level on goals to all. It's very, very close. Close game. 2 penalties either side as well.
It is. Well, we've got 2 seconds remaining of the Icebreakers penalty and 32 seconds of the Barons. So when we actually start this period, we'll have 2 on 2 for 2 seconds. Then we'll have 30 seconds of a power play for the Icebreakers, and then from there it will be back to 3 on 3. So it's very tight, it's very even to go over the goal scorers so far in this period. Of course, we are opened up with a great goal by Jace Davis for the Icebreakers before all things were, of course, levelled up by Scott Reed, 1-1. The go-ahead goal then by Leighton Cockrell for the Icebreakers made it 2-1 before Tobias Skills, the spill by Luke McDiarmid, and we have a 2-2 scoreline. And I have to say, Dakota, started off slow in intensity. It seems like the teams are kind of just eyeing each other off a little bit, trying to see, what was going to happen with each of them. The Icebreakers sort of turned up the wick a little bit there. Then the Red Barons really put on the wick, and this is what we wanted. We want a tight, close game.
Yeah, it's very good. I'm very happy with this. Yeah.
As Michael Katinas out there gets the old Jim Beanie ready to go. Standout players so far. Jace Davis has been very, very strong for the Icebreakers. Christine Cockrell, fantastic as well. Rob Maver, Mr. Consistency. Mr. Premiership, of course, the only one out there who's tasted Premiership glory. And for the Red Barons, well, we've been told to keep an eye out for Mr. Whittaker.
I've kept an eye on him, and I like what I see.
Impressed, yeah.
He's definitely maintained a strong presence out there on the ice, but has have the duo of Reed and Adams. Haven't seen a whole lot of Adams, it has to be said, Dakota. He's not being used as much. Surprising, really seen limited time for him. And no Adams-Reed lineup and no Cockrell lineup. So
No. Oh, we have had it once.
Have we?
Yeah, we did have it once during the power play.
Okay, well...
Or during the penalty.
Wasn't paying attention to that, but there you go. This crowd here just eagerly anticipating. So going over the last 6 of these that we've called, Dakota, this is the first time since 2013 that we have an all-level period 1. So back in 2013, the Falcons-Cougars grand final, it was also 2-all at the end of the first period. That game ended up being an 8-6 victory to the Falcons, but in the second period, the Falcons would only score 1 goal, the Cougars would score 3, and then, of course, in the final period, the Falcons would score 5, the Cougars would only score the 1. So it's a rare occasion in the Van Diemen's League in the last at least 6 years, to have an all-scored, all-tight level. This time last year, the Cougars had a 6-1 advantage, so that's kind of your difference when it comes to how that's playing out. Are you still confident on your 11-10 scoreline here, Dakota?
No, but I do still think it's going to be 1 goal in it.
You do think there's going to be 1 goal?
Maybe closer to your predictions.
My 9-5 prediction?
Oh, wait, no. I thought you did 4-5 for a second.
No, 9-5.
Maybe 4-5. Maybe 4-5.
One thing that I can probably guarantee you happen at some point throughout this coverage, ladies and gentlemen, is that we will probably go silent for a few minutes, and we will have to quickly change the batteries. Luckily, I have brought the emergency Duracells. Oh. Great battery company, Duracell. They've got a bunny on it, which is all good and stuff like that. So at some point we...
You think a fight will break out?
Look, I think it's the grand final. I think that I mean, in the years we've been commentating this game, we've probably only seen 2 real occasions where there's been a full-on violent situation. It's very much frowned upon in the Van Diemen's League. These are, of course, all very close-knit people when it comes to this competition. So, I highly doubt we will see that at some point, Dakota. But
okay.
We'll see how we go. Gonna risk these batteries lasting until the end of the second period, and then we'll change. Hopefully, that should be okay. We're on one bar to make it professional.
Which one's the
up there in the corner?
Okay, that's probably a bit risque, but
well, we can always change them now and see if the other 2 will last longer.
That's probably a better idea.
Do you want to do that?
I think we should.
All right. Well, let's listen to the only esteemed battery legend that is Dakota Leary, and we're going to have a brief break in transmission, have a word from our sponsors that we don't have any, and you'll hear from us in just a few seconds. And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed those invisible moments of nothing because you didn't hear anything different. Nothing else has changed because we're still waiting for the players to come on the ice. Obviously a bit of an extended break in the grand final, and nothing's changed. It's still 2-all. But yeah, just Marcus, very much busy man with his little man pack. You notice his little man pack there? His little Marcus man bag that he has on his back there?
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
It's pretty...
I've seen that.
Manly?
Yeah, fairly manly.
Do you find that amongst all the manly things that you've seen in your life that's one of them?
Look, I have to say that yes, it definitely is.
Might be one of the weirdest questions I've ever asked in my radio career.
In my life, yeah.
But, all right, players ready to go. They've had their words, they've had their oranges, they've had their Gatorades, they've had their Tumblr sessions, they've checked their Facebook, they've tweeted out. Marcus has got his jumper, I should say. It's not Dakota and his man. Look at that man back satchel. I don't know what you call that. He's very manly. He's saying, like, you take my jumper because I'm going to sit there whether you like it or not. And he's forcing his way up into the crowd. This is what happens when you're the secretary in a Hollywood superstar.
It is, yeah.
You know. I wonder if he knows Kevin Spacey. I don't know. Just a random question. I like Kevin Spacey. I want to comment on all those situations. I think it's a bit strange. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Kevin Spacey. We're here to talk about Period 2. Leighton Cockrell about to face off against Tobias Skills. Face off Rob Pike. Period 2, Van Diemen League, Grand Final 2017, Barons towards the Caltex end, the Icebreakers towards the Bunnings end, and as it was in the first period, the Red Barons win the draw, and that 2-on-2 is over. Maver is on the ice, so the power play here to the Icebreakers for another 19 seconds. Davis, of course, the only time one of their goals they scored was on a power play. So they're 100% record right now on power plays. They've got 10 seconds to do this. Maver! Oh, good save there by Stringer. And they've got 5 seconds to go on this power play, and they're not going to get a goal off it because the puck is going to be iced at the other end. And we're 3-on-3 as Whittaker comes straight on the ice, and Leighton Cockerell says, "How you doing?" by giving him a bit of a shove. And we're back to 3-on-3 hockey here, Dakota Leary. As Whittaker has the puck, he's got skills not quite where he wants him to because the puck has been turned over now. Reed along the boards, back to Skills. Skills towards Whittaker. Powerful pass there. Whittaker just goes around Leighton Cockerell. Whittaker, lovely pass to Reed. Great passing there by the Red Barons, but a fantastic save by McDiarmid. It's what the Red Barons are dangerous when they get to that little 1, 2, 3 backwards across each other like that. It's beautiful to watch. It's also beautiful to watch Luke McDiarmid save pucks like that, Dakota Leary.
It is very, very special to watch, yeah.
I think he's been watching his Joel Richardson tapes, if I have to be honest.
Yeah, I think he definitely has.
He's been studying the glove of Joel Richardson.
Studying his all-time hero.
Everybody's hero is that. Briggs gets shoved out of it there as he tried to storm his way through. It's turned over there by the Icebreakers. Skills decides to Brendan Rose out from nowhere. The long-distance angled shot. McDiarmid can't quite hold on to it. Allows Hargraves to get the puck. Now, if he spins around, he's got a fairly open Briggs, but now he's been covered by Gustafsson. Tries to get it across towards Skills, and Polari. The bearded bonanza there by Mika. He's got the puck turned back over to him now. So he just waits for some of his players. He lobs it over the top towards Gustafsson, who he turns it over. Now there's an opportunity here for Briggs, who can't quite get enough power behind it to get to Hargraves. Hargraves somehow has gotten the puck, just accidentally almost. Nearly got an open Skills, but not quite. Hargraves with it again. Just getting a lot of possession, Dean Hargraves. Just hasn't quite had an opportunity to have a shot himself. We've played 2.5 minutes in this opening period. Still no score, still 2-all. Skills along the boards, deflected back towards Polari into the body of Hargraves, who I think he just caught that in his cup. He kind of had that between his legs and he dropped it down. You know what they say about Dean Hargraves, but
what?
He has a big cup. Yeah.
That's good.
What I read in Reddit.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah. The Ice Hockey Tasmania thread on Reddit, always pumping.
Yes, cool.
Whittaker turns over the puck towards Maver, who turns it back over towards him. Now he's Scotty Reed. If he can get around Leighton Cockerell, which is a hard thing to do, he can't quite do it because Cockerell's got it in the neutral zone. He's just going to maintain possession of it as Whittaker just shoves him out of the way. He's not afraid to get involved there as he gets a little bit angry and slams the ice with his stick. Davis, meanwhile, Whittaker comes in, uses the body. That's how they do it in Philadelphia. He gets the puck, goes along the boards, takes on Leighton Cockerell, his nemesis from a few seconds ago. Now he's in that spade corner, he needs some backup. Tries to get Reed, he tries to get the deflection, but he can't quite get it. Meanwhile, Molly Facer with a long shot, if you don't mind, gloves it in towards McDiarmid. You know, there's two things I know about Philadelphia. Three things I know about Philadelphia. Will Smith is from there, born and raised.
Okay.
The Philadelphia Flyers, and they make them bloody good cream cheese.
If it was actually Philadelphia, if it was actually where he was.
West Philadelphia, born and raised in the playground. That's the show. Most of my days. In real life, Will Smith is from Philadelphia. Look it up. I'm not kidding. He actually is. That's why he said that.
I will.
Yeah. In West Philadelphia, born and raised in the playgrounds where Whittaker spent most of his days. Skills has the puck right now. Long deflection there by the Icebreakers. Stringer nearly spills that one. Gets it along to Hargraves, who deflects it back towards Skills. Skills, lovely long pass towards Hargraves. Now Hargraves is going to fight here against Christine Cockerell.
Okay. All right.
Thank you, I was correct. Cheers. Christine Cockerell with it now. She's taking on two players. Goes all the way around Skills. She can loop this around the net. Nearly. Gustafsson with it. Can't quite do much with the Skills. He doesn't realise, I think, Gustafsson's there, but he's just going to take his time with it. Flicks it back towards Hargraves. Great job. We're nearly a quarter of the way through this period with no
I cannot wait till Gustafsson gets a goal.
The Gustafsson glanger. The glider. He's got it now. No, he doesn't. He turned it over. Hargraves will get it, and it'll be icing anyway, so it's not going to matter. As we've played 5 minutes in the second period. And we will have what's going on here? There's a few little whistles. We have a penalty? No, we don't. So there might have been a penalty as we have a face-off just to the right-hand side of the Icebreakers net. Reid will take this one against Turner. Flicks it back to Molly Facer. Gets a quick little shot away. Nearly a deflection there by Whittaker. Whoa, Whittaker just shoves Christine Cockrell out of the way, if you don't mind. Lovely pass there by Whittaker towards Molly Facer. She just couldn't quite control it. Reid, the Red Barons, doing all the possession here right now. Turner tries to hold on to it. He doesn't. He turns it over as we get Molly Facer with this one, trying to fight between Gustafsson and Turner. Turner decides to just have a quick little shot away, and it wobbles itself down towards the net, but Stringer just pads it away with his glove. Facer has the puck. She's looking towards Hargraves. Oh, the puck is stuck under the referee, Kevin Facer. Move, my friend! As Scott Reid tries to get it away from him. Finally does. The pass back towards Facer. And the Red Barons here are just trying to find a string towards each other. They can't quite get it. Molly Facer is just hovering around that side as Reid has the shot. Here's Davis. Deflected away by Facer. Whoa, there's another trip going on there. I think Cockrell will get
definitely a trip.
Strip there for Reid. He's not happy about it. I think it was an accidental one, to be completely honest with you there. He sort of went in for it, and
what we need as well as that Jumbotron is a replay.
We do, but Cockrell will get 2 minutes of tripping. We'll have a power play here for the Red Barons. But yeah, I think it was completely accidental. He sort of put his stick down in there, and at the same time got tangled up with Reid. Reid fell over, and Cockrell shaking his head down there at the bench. Skills with it. Has a quick shot away. Oh, Hargraves there, nearly for the deflection. Can't quite get it. Polari, can they get the underhanded goal here? As he lobs it forward, and we've got Briggs, Skills, and Hargraves power play lineup, and we've got Christine Cockrell and Mika Polari out there for the Icebreakers. Hargraves with the puck, just taking his time through the neutral zone. Oh, bit of an elbow there in the face of Cockrell. Bit of an accidental one though. He won't get pinned for it. All by himself though is Briggs. Briggs and spin around Polari. He's got to pass it backwards here to Hargraves. And Hargraves all by himself in the neutral zone. Get it over towards Skills like that. And I tell you what, McDiarmid was looking the other direction, and if Skills had just kept that down to ground level, that was in. But unfortunately, he couldn't quite control the direction of that shot, and it went over the boards. And face off. It's 1 minute remaining of this power play for the Red Barons. As Hargraves wins a draw, tries to go around Cockrell, does, but Polari gets his stick in there where it's needed. He's good at putting his stick in places where it's needed, Polari, we know that. Skills regroups back. We're going to have a quick little line change here. Reid comes on for Briggs. So we've got Reid, Hargraves and Skills. Reid, just gets tangled up in Hargraves, who still has the puck. Cockrell, meanwhile, she tries to get it away, but can't quite do it. 34 seconds till her brother can come back on the ice here, Christine. Reid has it, flicks back towards Hargraves. Hargraves along the boards to Skills, turns it over. Polari can go long shot, good save by Stringer. And there's a big collision between the two Red Barons players of Reid and Whittaker, and that just rattled them because the Icebreakers nearly scored on the underman goal. Bit of a Bronx jeer from the crowd as they've nearly got to run out, and what's going on there? There's a goaltender interference being whistled there by Rob Pike, and that will end the power play. Wow, that was that was a collision.
That was definitely a collision.
You could definitely hear that. As meanwhile we're back to 3-on-3 hockey
during half time there.
There's going to be a few rattled brains in that one, the Red Barons camp. And there's a collision this time around, though. It's between opposing members of the team. Is Whittaker involved again? And Skills nearly with the look-away goal, deflected into the corner.
I think I'm almost certain that's gone in and bounced out.
No, I'm
almost positive.
Look, they're not questioning it, but that would have been the goal of the millennium. That was Harlem Globetrotter stuff.
It was the goal of the millennium.
He had it, didn't even look, flicked it up, top right corner, and I think it's just nicked the post. We still haven't got a goal this period. It's still 2-all. 10:45 to play. As Davis barnstorms his way through. Facer, though, stops him. Gets it to a teammate of Reid. Reid back towards Whittaker. Turns it over, though, to Davis. Davis only got Facer to beat. Long shot there by Davis, and the puck will bounce itself out of play. And we will have another face-off. These ties are so evenly matched in this period. There's only really been 1 or 2 opportunities for either side this time around. But we're nearly at the halfway point of the period, which, of course, means it's at the halfway point of the match. Tight game, Dakota.
It is a very tight game.
Reed, long shot. Good save there by McDiarmid. Can't quite clear it out of it, though. Whitaker back to Molly Face. Molly Face on the blue line. She can have a long shot, and it's deflected out once again. As we do now officially cross the 10-minute mark, we are halfway through the period, halfway through the match. It is 2-2. No goals scored in the second period so far. Hope you're enjoying listening to our coverage, exclusive coverage, Dakota. We can use that word.
Can't hear it anywhere else.
Well, you can't. As Christine Cockrell versus Molly Face are the two girls going at it. And it was even Stevens there. Meanwhile, here's an opportunity for Briggs, but Christine Cockrell just snookers it out of the way. Great job there by Cockrell. She turns it over, though, to Scotty Reed.
I do like watching her play. She's very
good.
Yeah.
It's great to see. She's not afraid to get involved into the play either as well.
Not.
So we've got a bit of a stalemate along the boards here. So we've got Polari. It's Maver. It's Turner. Everyone's got beards on this Icebreakers team. I need to shave. I need to look at the numbers better, not the facial hair. That's probably what I need to do. There's Polari icing at the other end. Now, Polari's 69. Yeah, well, it's in the number. I don't think he's that old. I mean, I know in Finland they drink water and it makes them look young. So, I mean, he could be like 89 for all I know. But, anyway, so we're going to have a draw just to the right-hand side of the Icebreakers net. Hargraves turns it over towards Polari. The two stalemates fighting. It's not Polari, Ben. It's Turner. You're looking at the beard again. It's Hargraves. Well, he's had a shot deflected away. Everybody's just watching him. Nobody's even trying to get to him. Now it's Polari and Hargraves. Here are the two stalemates of this competition. Polari wins that battle. He's going to take this on himself. Goes for the long shot. He wants to taste that net. He told us quite proudly, didn't he, that he was the first to score on these brand new nets. So he wants to maybe be the last this season to do it. 8:22 to play. Red Baron Skills turns it over. Offside. Polari went over the line just as Turner hadn't done it. And Turner was going to the bench. We have a line change. We've got Maver, Davis and Leighton Cockrell for the Icebreakers. Skills, Briggs and Hargraves out there for the Barons. Draw one by Davis, who gets it there, deflected. Hargraves gets it now. He just has a bit of a ground grubber as McDiarmid can't quite hold it completely, but he decides to put it between his legs. And what better thing to do with something between your legs than to cover it up and pretend it's not there. That's right.
That's what you do.
Apparently, that's why I'm single. That's what I put on my Tinder profile.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Anyway, Tinder dating app. Get on it. Oh, Cockrell breakaway here. 1-on-1 opportunity. Oh, he just gets the shot away into the helmet of Stringer. Well, he liked that one again. I think Leighton Cockrell. I think he kind of missed an opportunity. Is Reed trying to get? Oh, there's a shove. Oh, there's a pushing going on. Reed and Davis. Oh, and then you were talking about a fight.
I did tell you.
Now, Reed was, I think in fairness, they're both going to go, but I think what happened there is, oh, and Reed getting a bit shovey with him as he goes off the ice. Reed, I think, had his hand accidentally caught. Davis was trying to get it away, but I think kind of in the heat of the moment, Reed was trying to, he's assuming that Davis was fighting back with him, but he was, Reed can get a bit angry. I mean, you're in the heat of the moment. All these players can, of course, but
I did warn you, man.
You did. You are correct.
It's 2-on-2 here, is it now?
No, yeah. Sometimes they do make it 3-on-3 if they both have a penalty at the same time. It depends on what the ruling will be here. It looks like it is 2-on-2 though at the moment. But it will be a 4-minute penalty actually for Reed. I think he got an extra 2 minutes just based on when he actually was coming off the ice. He did actually go and give Davis an extra shove just as he went off. So it's going to be a major penalty for Reed. And it's only a minor penalty.
Interesting how they put them so close together.
Well, of course, in any other ice hockey, you wouldn't be doing this because they would be probably punching the crap out of each other in the actual box. We've got a bit of a conference going on here. Pike and Hargrave just having a few words on the side.
They're trying to figure out whether I want 3 or 2 on the ice.
I think they're just clarifying the rules here and what's going on. Polari is getting a bit impatient on the side, saying, let's play. Kevin Faces is having a few words to Cockrell and Rob Maver out there. It does look like we'll have 2-on-2.
Yeah, well, obviously any stoppage of play can put the players out of rhythm. And
so, well, I mean, this is... Both teams can regroup here. It's a very tight contest here, folks. This is amazing. As I said, it's 2-all here. No score in this period. We have not had a goal scored since the 17th minute of the first period. So we have gone 16 minutes without a goal. Rob Pike just coming in and telling people to settle down a little bit. He's having a few words to Reed. He's just explaining to Reed here what the ruling was for. Reed not happy with it. See if we can hear a little bit here. No, they decided to play Bon Jovi over us trying to actually hear what's going on. Thanks for that, John. Bon Jovi. Anyway, none of the players here, though, taking an opportunity to have any words to each other. Maver and Cockerell just waiting for the play. We've also got out there on the ice the Barons players just waiting. Hargraves just having a few words there with Reed. He's just questioning the call, and it's been at least 2 minutes here since we've stopped play here, Dakota. There's the whistle. So we're going to have 2 minutes of 2-on-2 hockey, followed by 2 minutes of 3-on-2 hockey, barring any other incidents here. As we just wait and see how this will play out, Dakota. Tell you one thing, it's tense. This is the championship decider.
It is very tense.
Oh, now, hang on. Mick is coming on here. This is where they're trying to explain the rule when I was saying about the 3-on-3 versus the 2-on-2. So I'm not 100% sure here why the... This is where the confusion's coming here, because it's Whittaker who's questioning why, and I'm questioning this, that they're allowed 3 on the ice.
Yeah. Surely it would be 2-on-2 then.
Surely at least 3-on-3 or 2-on-2 for at least the first 2 minutes. Now, I think I'm hearing there saying it should be 2-on-2. I think that's correct. I don't think that's fair that the initial penalty was for fighting, 2 minutes each, and then it was an added 2 minutes for Reed. So I think the correct call here is it should be 2-on-2 and then it should be 3-on-2. I'm not sure why the Icebreakers would get 4 minutes worth here, because then that penalty's obsolete up on the board. So
no, 3-on-2 and then 2-on-2. That's where it should be. Yeah,
perhaps.
Because it's the Scotty Reed's penalty is ahead of. I think that's what.
I don't know if I agree with that, Sil. I think that doesn't make sense anyway. But we've got 3-on-2 here apparently, so the Icebreakers are going to have a very handy advantage here for at least 4 minutes. It seems.
Just have to see if someone comes off from the Icebreakers after 2 minutes.
But that wouldn't make sense if somebody then comes off. So we'll see. They might sort of go back to what I was saying, how sometimes they still keep it at 3-on-3 as opposed to 2-on-2.
Yeah.
So you might see another Red Barons player come on the ice that isn't Scott Reed at the end of 2 minutes. So we still might get 3-on-3. It's just Scott Reed who is then the penalised, so if that makes sense. So that might be what they're doing here. The fact that the initial power play is actually the opening 2 minutes rather than the closing 2 minutes. So I think that might be the ruling here. We'll soon find out. So this should only be a 2 minute power play here to the Icebreakers, as Maver could end this straight away. Whoa! And tell you one thing, Whittaker, body on the line.
Like an RKO.
Philadelphia cream cheesed it up, my friend. That was how you do it. West Philadelphia, born and raised in the playground, is where he spends most of his days. Wow. That is how you do it in Philly. Polari. Tell you one thing. For an undermanned side right now, the Red Barons are fighting their way through this power play. Molly Facer with the puck. And that's their goal here right now, is to just maintain possession. And there's a whistle. I'm not sure what that was for. Facer and... Yeah, that was an interesting call. 27 seconds remain of this power play, if our calculations are correct, Mr. Learington.
You'd be correct.
And still no score. The Icebreakers not going with as much intensity here on a power play as they perhaps should be going right now. Leighton Cockrell wants to change that. He's got the puck. Skates through the neutral zone. Gets it to Maver. Here's an opportunity for the ex-Falcon into the side netting. 5 seconds to go.
After this.
And we look at Hargraves. I think he's ready to get on the ice. 2 seconds. 1 second. There we go. Now this should be...
3-on-3.
Should be 3-on-3. Skills on. No, it is.
Yeah.
So Briggs on. Skills on. No.
Oh.
No, and Hargraves on. There we go. Okay. So it is 3-on-3. No, we've established that. So Reed is still technically not allowed to play for another 2 minutes, but it's still 3-on-3. So the interesting rules here. Cockrell, meanwhile,
almost smothered it.
Stringer couldn't quite get it. Meanwhile, here comes Briggs. 1-on-1 opportunity. Shoots. He gets a great save by McDiarmid. And once again,
this is going to be a very close last period.
I would love it if this is how we're going to end in the last period, because I think you and I are going to probably need a few tissues up here.
Oh, this will be brilliant.
We wanted a close one, Dakota, and we're getting one. I think if I am to look at our stats at the end of this period, I do not think we have ever had... No, we did. I'm going to correct myself. A scoreless period in the Van Diemen's League Grand Final. 2015, we did have a scoreless second period. So, we'll go over that at the end of the break should this maintain it. We've still got 4 minutes to play, though. Plenty of opportunity for either scores. And chance to get a goal there by Skills. Can't quite get to it. Turner, meanwhile, for the Icebreakers, tries to get around it, but he can't quite get it. There's our man Gustafsson. Hasn't quite had a chance there. Whoa, Briggs nearly got a lucky deflection in the net there, because I think the players weren't looking to where it was going. Here's Christine Cockrell. She has a shot. Gloved away, though, by Stringer. Turner can't quite get to it. Here's Briggs again. He's going to go upwards towards Christine Cockrell. He tries to get his stick in there, but Cockrell, just ever the control master. Oh, and she's collided with her own teammate, Turner. She's brought down, but she's up. She's okay. She's used to that.
That's happening. Once we've seen.
She's played for Australia. She knows how it's done. And what a long shot there.
Crazy. Almost in, too.
Great save by McDiarmid in the long one there as the puck goes over the boards, and we will have another face-off. There is 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Scotty Reid is now eligible to enter the arena again.
And he'll do just that.
I'm sure he will. 2 minutes 55 to play in this period, as we obviously right now wait to see if anybody can get a go-ahead goal, or for only the second time in the last 7 years of Van Diemen's League Grand Finals, we're going to have a scoreless period. Davis can end that right now as he gets a lovely pass towards Cockrell. He couldn't quite control it. He's still got the puck, though. The Barons are covering off well. Whoa, and in comes Whittaker. Body on the line. Great job there. Gets it back to his teammate Facer. Skills with the puck. He's trying to control it. He just can't quite get it. Cockrell, quick little flick pass over to Maver, I should say. Maver, he's got Cockrell all by himself if he can get it to him, but he's been held along the boards there beautifully by Molly Facer. Good job there by Molly. She can't quite get the possession of the puck, but it's now allowed enough time for her teammates to be able to regroup on Cockrell, as we have Whittaker now around Cockrell, but in through goes Davis, turns it over. Here's Scotty Reid back on the ice for the first time. As long shot at goal by Briggs. I'm going to say this, Dakota. Is Matty Adams even playing in this game? I don't think we have seen him all night.
I have hardly seen him either.
I swear he was here for a minute, but maybe I'm seeing things, because he's not being used if he is in this game. He's not. And if he is, he's injured or something, because he's not playing. I think we've been saying that Invisible Matty Adams is here, and he's not actually here in this game. Oh, Christina Cockrell was brought down. Long shot at goal there by Polari.
He's trying to get another one.
He's not. Well, he is. He's there, but he's not in the building. Oh, and Polari brought down. And Reid is going to be off again.
What's happened there?
Tripping. And I think this crowd is jeering a bit of Reid. And wow, he's got a bit of a gobsmacked look on his face right now, Scotty Reid. 6 minutes worth of penalties in this period alone for Scotty Reid, and we'll end this final minute here. Icebreakers with another power play.
I haven't seen Adams.
No, I think Adams is not in the building. Oh, long shot there by Polari. Good save there by Stringer.
He's not even down there.
No, I think we were imagining things. Sorry, Matty Adams fans, if you're listening. Oh, Christine Cockrell, she's all by herself right now. She can have the shot, but not quite. Hargraves trying to battle away there with Cockrell. Not going to get it. Meanwhile, Briggs, the underman goal, can't quite get it in. We've got 45 seconds remaining in this second period. Christine Cockrell can't quite find Turner. And it's going to be Briggs. Oh, he just can't control it. Turner just going to pin him against the boards. Go for the whistle. Oh, they're both brought down.
Grabbed his legs there.
I think that was a bit of back and forth there. 30 seconds. The referee waiting, and there we go. Good hockey between the two against the boards there. And good that Rob Pike let it go. A lot of referees would be quick to jump on the whistle there and call it, but he let it play out for a little bit. We should have one more play here. We've got 15 seconds. Now, we've seen Leighton Cockrell get a goal off the draw before. Can he do it again? 10 seconds in this period. Quick little getaway straight away there by Polari. Nearly. Great save by Stringer. Now, Whittaker just has to hold this one here. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. The second period is over. It's scoreless. Wow, what a tight period. It was energetic. It was tough. No score, and the crowd rightfully applauds it. 2-2. And for only the second time since we've been calling this game, Dakota Leary, we have a goalless period. You've got to go all the way back to 2015, Falcons versus Sharks. That was a goalless second period as well. And that one, the Falcons went on to win that one 7-1. But 2-2 is a score, no score at all. Heated moments, Scotty Reid in the thick of things. And we will start the opening 50 seconds of the third period with the power play here to the Icebreakers. But I can't even call this, Dakota. I don't want to call it.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, I want to call the game, but I don't want to call the result.
Yeah, this is a loss for words of it. This will be a very good last period, and especially with the what do we call it? Emotions. Of, Scotty Reid and Leighton Cockrell tends to get a bit emotional as well during the games. So
there was, I think it was either 2014 or 2015 in those two Sharks Falcons back-to-back ones. I mean, we're always kind of talking about Leighton Cockrell, seem to always have a calm head, but I'm pretty sure it might have been 2014 when we saw a really heated Leighton Cockrell getting really involved in some moments in that one. I've never seen him quite as angry as that match.
Most of the games I've seen, he has gotten quite heated, so
it's
it may have that match changed him as a man.
Maybe that match changed him. But it has to be said that I'm going to say, like, I mean, the intensity in that level sort of went in peaks and troughs in that game. I mean, it's been a very tight, close game. I'm enjoying it. But I have to say, the sides do look slightly nervous. I think that kind of, as much as, say, you would, want these sides to be battling it out, going for guts and glory, there are definitely moments of these sides of being very cautious.
Yeah, definitely.
And sort of thinking twice about some of their decisions. And I think they're going to have to change that in the third period. One of these sides is going to have to put that aside if they really want to get this glory, because, I mean,
Which team do you think it's more likely to be?
I think if the Red Barons can control that rage, I think they're passing. They've had more of the possession than the Barons. I think they've had more of the overall opportunities, to be completely honest with you. And I definitely think that we've seen a lot more collective passing, a lot more talking between the players out there. And I think once they get those moves working, it's like chess pieces working through a set play. And from what I'm seeing right now, the Red Barons have that. They've just got to finish it off.
Yeah.
The Icebreakers, I'm not taking away from them. They've definitely been playing incredibly well, and I definitely think that they've also had their moments. But it seems as though the Red Barons are more focused on set plays, whereas the Icebreakers seem to be more content on picking up on the pieces or jumping on a mistake to take the opportunity, which is not by no means the bad way of playing it. It's worked. They've both got 2 goals. So I definitely think that one of these sides is going to have to really turn the wick up here to maintain that.
Yeah,
and
definitely. Yeah.
The interesting thing here that we've got to note here, Dakota, is that both sides have actually gone into their locker rooms right now, which is interesting. A lot of the times they will hover out here on the side of the rink, but this is something I don't think I've ever seen, that both sides have gone into the rooms. I've seen one side go into the rooms before, never quite both.
Yeah.
This is the first time, Dakota, that we have ever called this game that it has been all square at the end of the second period. So let's go over the years. 2011, the Red Barons led at 7-6. They ended up losing that one 11-8. 2012, the Sharks led at 5-3. They ended up losing that one 7-5. 2013, Cougars led at 5-3. The Falcons led at won at 8-6. 2014, Falcons led 10-3, went on to win that 16-7. 2015, 3-1, Falcons led it. Falcons went on to win that one 7-1. Last year, it was 8-2. Now, of course, last year, 15-9. And just going back over, we said this at the very beginning of the broadcast, Dakota, but last year, we had 14 goals scored in the final period. We had 7 goals apiece last year in that final period. So, anything can happen in this last period. But it's all going to come down to this.
It's going to be interesting. I don't want to say anything. I don't want to
20 minutes to go in this game, in this season.
Obviously, the Icebreakers will start off with a power play, so
they will. They'll have 50 seconds. But they've got to take an opportunity. They've got to come straight out. They've got to come out firing. They've got 50 seconds of just going for it.
So what do you think's being said in those?
If I'm Captain Leighton Cockrell, I'm in those rooms right now. I'm saying we've got 50 seconds. The opening 50 seconds, we should be going for it no matter what. Go out there, put on the pressure. 50 seconds, go for your life. And then you can sort of regroup and maintain it. If they get a goal within 50 seconds, the pressure is straight onto the Red Barons.
Yeah.
And then they've got to turn that, the Red Barons all of a sudden go from defensive mindset of the power play to shit, we've got to score.
Yeah.
So they've definitely, I think the Icebreakers will open this period definitely with the advantage.
Yeah.
But they've got to capitalise on that advantage, because this game, no time has any team been ahead by more than one goal.
And the Red Barons, what's being said?
The Red Barons, I think, stick to what you're doing right now, and let's make these passes more complete.
Do you think they're telling Scotty Reid to calm down a bit?
I think they're saying, here, Scotty Reid, have a bit of a chill pill, my friend, and just take a bit of a breath. It's not necessarily calm down, it's using it to their advantage. I think that, you know, you can use that in ice hockey to your advantage without going too far. That's the issue. And I think, in all fairness to Reid, I think the only reason he was penalised for the first one was because coming off the ice, he got a little bit too shovey there with Davis. And if he had to just, you know, put a bit of a calm down on that mode, he would have been fine. And the trip, it was an accidental trip. So I think kind of there's only that one sort of heated moment. And, you know, in Reid's defence, I think kind of it was an easily misreadable situation that he thought Davis was fighting back when he had his glove caught. But of course, this is hockey. It is hockey. It's a passionate sport.
You're not wrong.
It doesn't take long to get heated in this sport, and not so heated that you melt the ice, because then we would just be playing field hockey. But currently, it's ice because it's cold and there's ice. We're 20 minutes, Dakota. We wanted a close one. Can say just a quick word on the goaltenders though, Dakota. Your thoughts on both of them? Both very strong games. I mean, we've only had 2 goals scored, so
I think both goaltenders are pretty evenly matched. I think at the moment. What's his name on the Icebreaker side has a tendency of McDiarmid. Yeah, he's not watching the puck and kind of averts his eyes a bit. So that might be. I think
McDiarmid has been the more complete of the two. I mean, one of McDiarmid's goals that he let in was a mistake. He fumbled the puck. But I mean, outside of that, I mean, as it's going back to the Red Barons' opportunities, I mean, Red Barons have definitely had the more opportunities and had more shots on goals. But that comes down to McDiarmid, I think, being stronger in the net. That's not taking away from Stringer. Stringer also, of course, has been incredibly strong. I mean, the second goal that was scored against him, a quick fire shot off a face-off, which can catch any goaltender off guard.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
You know, I think if you were right now, if we were doing some sort of MVP or you were doing some sort of votes, you would definitely say that the 2 goaltenders are in the top 5 players of this match, arguably the top 2 players of this match, just based on the fact that they've been so strong in net.
Yeah.
And we've got a very low-scoring game, which, look, it all can change, as said, last year, 14 goals scored in that final period. Got a few of the Red Barons players. They're the first to emerge from the dressing room there, Dakota, as I make this less professional by coughing on air. Good job, Ben. But the crowd goes wild as the Red Barons come on in. Official crowd attendance this evening, Dakota, 126,312, a new record here for the Van Diemen's League. Fantastic effort there. A few more tweets here just to go out of the way here. Selena Gomez says, "Leave me alone, Justin. I'm watching the ice hockey." That's an interesting one there. Jennifer Lawrence tweets at Dakota Leary, "Where have you been? Have you forgotten about me? Love you, XXX."
I have forgotten about it. I'm so sorry, Jennifer. I've even renamed my car.
Yeah. Oh no.
Away from Jennifer.
What did you call it?
Pestilence.
You should. Pestilence.
Pestilence.
Never name a car Jennifer. They'll just end up having sex with Moroccans and French people. So that's just the way to go there. She won't listen to this. Never mind. And also at Malcolm Turnbull says we will be holding a plebiscite on whether or not the Red Barons or Icebreakers should win. It will cost $122 million. Hashtag Lucy and I are voting for the Red Barons. Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
We are pumped up here. The Icebreakers yet to emerge from the ruins here. This is a telling tale here, Dakota. They're taking a few extra moments for a few words there. I'm thinking this is showing a few more nerves from the Icebreakers. The Red Barons, this is them showing a bit of confidence. They're like, it's all right, guys. We've got this. This is ours. This is ours to lose.
Do you think the Red Barons are better as a team because they've been together longer?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think for sure, and I think that shows in their ability out there with the passing and the creation of the plays.
Yeah.
You know, if I was to hit right now, sit down and give an overall grade to both of these teams out of 10, I'd probably give the Red Barons an 8, and I'd probably give the Icebreakers a 7.7.
Who do you think wants it more?
That's a tough one because they both look nervy out there, and that's the thing. It's kind of it's sort of they've both had those peaks where they've both showed they've wanted it more. There hasn't been one side to me tonight that has wanted it the most, and this is where it comes down. And I'm not saying they both don't want it. I think it comes down to nerves. That these sides are more cautious of not making mistakes. The Icebreakers now are emerging from the ruins. They're looking pumped though. They're not looking nervous. Polari, they're getting a bit of showing off to the crowd there. Christine Cockrell entering the arena. What a game she's been playing tonight. Fantastic. As Mika Polari just with his beard rag.
Have been given a stern talking to be honest.
They really do. Oh, but they're joking around a bit.
Okay.
Polari just getting a bit close and personal there to McDiarmid's beautiful lock of hair. That red hair just.
I've got Joel Richardson on to me asking what the score is.
Oh, Joel. Hello, Joel.
Why aren't you here, mate?
Joel, if you're listening to us, I hope you're enjoying the comforts of not being here. Incidentally, can I just point out, we're talking about the Cougars and the Falcons not being in this grand final.
Yeah.
In the 7 years that we've called this game, this is only the second time Joel Richardson has not played in this. The very first year I commentated on this league, he was playing for the Red Barons. So there's only one grand final, the Cougars-Sharks grand final of 2012, in which Joel Richardson has not played in the last 7 years. So you think you're missing something tonight? You're missing Joel.
You're missing
the glove.
Yeah.
He's probably messaged me, and if I actually looked at my phone, you've got your Apple Watch so you can see. No, he doesn't give a shit about me. Well, thanks, Joel. Love you too, my friend. It's alright, that's fair enough. I ignore some of his messages sometimes. I apologise, Joel.
No, I always reply to our good friend Joel.
No,
I
sometimes...
Don't ignore Joel.
I shouldn't. I apologise, Joel. Oh, we get a big shout there by the Barons. They're pumping up their loyal and strong fan base who have waited 7 long years for them to finally get an opportunity to taste premiership glory. The Icebreakers in their first ever season. Can they pull off the miracle? It's such a fairy tale whoever wins this game. We could be here all night, Dakota. We could be in quadruple overtime. Could have a shootout. Who knows? But we are now 20 minutes away, at least, from hopefully deciding this grand final. 50 seconds of this, which straight away will go towards the Icebreakers. And I said they've got to come out firing, and they do exactly that. Maber fires a little bit too much as the puck, unfortunately, ricochets out. And that will waste a good time. And, of course, last period now, Dakota, they're stopping the clock every time there's a whistle. So we will be here for a little bit longer in this last period. And this will, of course, make it more of an advantage when it comes to our power play teams as Davis nearly got one through there. What's 37 seconds remaining. Maber with a long shot. Oh, gets it into the body of Whitaker, who just long forms that one to the other end of the ice. Maber got 29 seconds. Cockrell to Davis. Davis, long shot. Doesn't want it to go out of play, and whoa, that's why that net is there in the crowd here. Deflection here, and it strings across those net points, and clock stops, 17 seconds to go. As I said, the Icebreakers get a goal here in this power play.
Penalty, but
here we go, Cockrell, lovely pass to Davis. Davis shoots, good save there by Stringer. That's what he's got to do. He's got to string this one out. Scotty Reid is just, he's like a geek in line for an iPhone X yesterday in Sydney, isn't he? He's just staring at the clock. He's waiting to jump over those boards. He wants to unbox this ice. He wants to get himself out there and have an opportunity to be the victor here for the Red Barons. Who will be that person, Dakota? You're going to think you're going to have a star in this period. 9 seconds to go. Cockrell. Oh, no, they've kind of been that past Davis towards Maber. They've got to get up there. Skills, good defending work. 2 seconds. 1 second. The power play is over. We are 3-on-3 once again here in the Van Diemen's League Grand Final for 2017 in the final period. 2-all. It's all down to this. Cockrell! He's got it! Wow! How does that work? The power play ends, and within 3 seconds, 3 seconds, Leighton Cockrell gets it. It is now 3 goals to 2. Cockrell with his second. And I told you that they needed to get that early goal to get the advantage. They just didn't do it on the power play.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here we go then. Pressure's on the Red Barons to capitalise on that.
It is. The Red Barons need to find the next one. And going back to that...
you sense a bit of desperation already from them.
I do. This is definitely reminding me of the 2015 Grand Final. It was so tight, so close. But then the Falcons just blew it away in the third period. And I'll tell you one thing, if the Icebreakers...
Wow! Heavy.
Heavy fall there by Briggs. I don't think Is Christine Cockrell going to get a penalty for it? I don't think she is. She's going to get a charging goal. Oh, I think that's a bit rough. In all fairness, it looked as though he fell down more, but Christine Cockrell gets the penalty against her. Wow.
All right, here's the Red Barons' chance to get their goal back.
Power play here for the Barons. They haven't scored on a power play tonight. Skills to Reid. It's a strong lineup here of Skills, Reid, and Whittaker. Reid just biding his time. Gets it to Whittaker. Whittaker all by himself there to Skills. Now he can flick it back to Reid. Polari, though, great defensive work to clear it out, but Reid still got it. Reid's going to get a shot here on the blue line. Oh, good deflection work there by Polari. Now an underman chance here as our man Gustafson. He hasn't really done much with the puck, but he's not going to do much with it there because the Barons have got it. Skills back towards Whittaker. Whittaker back towards Reid. Good work there again by Polari. He's the power play master. Power play Polari, you can call him. Defensive work now. Skills on the dot. Powerful shot. Great save by McDiarmid. This crowd, very pro icebreakers, you can tell there every single time that McDiarmid saves his puck. Wow, as Leighton Cockrell's on the ice right now. He's going to turn this pace up here and going to say just because we're defending doesn't mean we can't score. He's only going to do the wraparound there and get the underman goal, and good save by Stringer.
I think if the Icebreakers can get one more goal, they've got this.
I'm almost on the page there with you, Dakota, because as I said, no one's led this game by any more than one goal at any point. So you would feel a 2-goal advantage is just so powerful in this tight encounter as Cockrell nearly gets it. Again, just so much reminding me of the 2015 Grand Final where the Falcons just got away from the Sharks and have been so close all match. The Red Barons can't let that happen again here tonight. Reid flicks it over towards Whittaker. Whoa, and down goes Whittaker. Cockrell goes down with him. They're both okay. Hargraves has a shot and scores!
No,
Dean Hargraves, no goal. Is it?
He's definitely
It is a goal. It is. Sorry, I thought that was going to be taken away, but...
Cockrell's injured.
Is Cockrell hurt? Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're paying attention to that because I was paying attention to Hargraves scoring the equalising goal, and this is big if Cockrell is hurt. The guy has scored 2 goals for them this evening. The power play ends, of course, with that goal, and all eyes are on Leighton Cockrell at the moment. It's 3-all. The Red Barons get it straight away, but Christine Cockrell, she's back on the ice. Can she score here for her brother? She's actually turned it over. Molly Facer to Scotty Reid. Reid, nearly deflected straight into the net there by Turner. Good job there. Reid tries to get it back towards Whittaker, but instead goes the Facer route. Reid, the look away pass. He's going to be offside if he crosses that centre line. He has to wait until Reid crosses back over. He does exactly that. But turnover though by the Barons. Polari with the shot on the blue line. Polari over the top of the net. So close. Barons regroup with the puck. Reid versus Christine Cockrell. Reid through the boards, through traffic if you don't mind. Flicks it to nobody in particular. Can't quite find his player. Polari just meanwhile sweeps it away through the neutral zone. We've got 16:20 to play. We are all squared at 3-all as the puck in that corner.
I just can't, I don't know. I think Cockrell was a bit refined now. So
I think a lot of the fans here in the stand are staring down at the bench. Cockrell still just...
he will play any more of this quarter, though.
You don't think he's coming back on? Is that your call, is it, Dakota? You think Cockrell's out for the match? Oh, that will be big. That will be massive. Dakota Leary with the big call there. Medical expert Dakota Leary as... we wait and see if his prediction will be correct. Hargraves, meanwhile, what a goal by him. He's been trying all game to get it. He's been trying for 7 years to taste premiership. And bit of a moment there by Rob Maver, falls over, allows Brink to get the puck, but somehow Maver actually held on to that puck even though he fell over. Maybe a bit of a sneaky tactic there by the ex-Falcon. Hargraves with the puck. He's got skills if he can get it there. He goes to the shot, tries to get a deflection, but McDiarmid pad saves. Nearly deflected back there towards Briggs, but Gustafson holds him away. He goes Briggs again. Good save by McDiarmid. Can Skills get it in? No, he can't. Now the Icebreakers. Can they get on the breakaway? They can't. Great defensive work there by the Red Barons.
The crowd's firing up.
The crowd is firing up. Very pro Icebreakers here this evening. But you got to say here, the Red Barons, since they scored that goal, is a score there by Davis. Misses a shot, I should say, not a score. The Red Barons have definitely turned this up since they scored that goal, and they're barely allowing the Icebreakers any open opportunities. So the Red Barons all of a sudden are finding it. Meanwhile, the Icebreakers in the shot away, can't quite get it there. As great work there by Skills to prevent the shot. Davis down on his knees. It's in the neutral zone here. It's tight. It's It's furious. Here goes Briggs, and we have a offside call. It's tense. What's Joel saying? Give us an update on Joel Richardson.
He wants to know who Scotty tried to punch.
Davis. Well, he didn't try a punch. He just, anyway. Joel Richardson, live updates here on the Van Diemen's League Grand Final. It's what you want to hear. Meanwhile, Turner, great work here by the Red Barons! Whittaker just takes it away, and for the first time in this match, the Red Barons lead. And it's that man, James Whittaker, that we've been told to keep an eye on. He finally scores, and that was a bit of a mistake there by the Icebreakers. They had the puck and just didn't quite maintain possession the way they wanted to. 2 in a row to the Barons, and for the first time all match, the Red Barons lead. Whittaker with the go-ahead goal to Reed, and still the Red Barons here are going all-out attack right now. Whittaker pinned against the boards there by Cockrell, and I think we might have a whistle blown. Not quite. Reed back on the boards towards Whittaker. Facer is directly in front if they want to use her. They're going to go the long route instead of Reed. Instead, as the puck gets deflected out here and nearly decapitates the front row. And Leighton Cockrell looks like he's ready to come back on the ice as the crowd gives him a bit of a cheer. As here he is, Leighton Cockrell. Your call sucked, Dakota.
Oh, bugger.
You should go back to medical school.
I never went.
He's got a bit of a hump in his back there, so maybe he's got a bit of a few vertebrae shoved out of alignment. 14:07 to play. The Red Barons lead this 4-3. Cockrell has the puck. It's Leighton. Turns it over. Gets it back though. Maver, long shot. Can't quite get it. Saved there by Stringer. Whoa, was Hargraves. His one option there was to decapitate the members on the ice, apparently. And the puck is iced. And we will have a puck drop. It's intense, Dakota. It's what we want.
Very tense.
Very, very tense indeed. So they've got to be the Rammstein playing in the background here, Dakota. It's very ice hockey related. Davis can't quite get the shot away as he turns it over to Skills off the draw. Skills behind his own net. It's along the boards here. He's got Briggs if he wants to use it. He's going to go all the way. Tobias Skills, if you don't mind. Good save by McDiarmid, and Cockrell having a very intense word there with McDiarmid. Definitely see the Icebreakers are starting to get a little bit nervous here. The wick has been turned up here by 10 points or so by the Red Barons. Cockrell, Polari, they've been here 3 times before in the last 7 years and lost all 3 of them. Maybe the only one out there who's won before. He's passed it off there towards Davis, who gets it padded away. Of course, Jace Davis, former Red Baron, switched teams this season to go to the Icebreakers. So for him, he'll have a few mixed feelings in the back of his mind right now.
Yeah.
His former teammates.
Yeah, definitely.
Same with Luke McDiarmid, also a former Red Baron. Meanwhile, Cockrell can stop and prop and wait. He's just trying to regroup here. The Icebreakers need to find something. It's only moments ago that you were talking about they get another one here. You think they've won it? Well, now it's the Red Barons who are in that position, Dakota.
Yeah, well,
Maver, wow, he just easily got that puck. Clangs against the post. You could hear that one up here in the comm box. Reed, back to Skills. Skills looking towards Briggs. He's going to get in now. If Briggs can get this a quick shot away, it's going to be dangerous. Flicks it back to Reed. He's going for the wraparound. Great work by Leighton Cockrell. Shoves him out of the way there. Cockrell still going. Hacks away. Fantastic captain work there by Leighton. Now we can take this out of the way. Lovely pass towards Davis. Now Davis and Claridge has come back on the ice here for the Icebreakers. That's say the Sharks here. I'm so used to calling him. As down goes Cockrell. We know he's already hurt in this game. He's slow to get up. It was a completely fair piece of play there, I think, as Whittaker turns it around. Here's Polari. Whoa! He took his time to get on the score sheet, but hear that crowd roar.
Again.
Well, just like Hargraves, it took his time to get one, but when he get one, it counts, and we're back to 4-4. I said last year that we had 7 goals apiece.
This is going to be... Jeez.
Wow.
Penalty. Player 66.
Do we have a delayed penalty here, or... Oh, there's been a penalty as well. Icebreakers with the penalty. And, I think the Red Barons got one straight away. No, they haven't.
That's going to be very controversial.
Now,
straight away.
Interesting that Polari scored a goal. There was a delayed penalty that happened with that, so not too sure what happened. It's Cockrell who's been given the penalty. So the Barons back with the power play. Now, if you're an icebreaker, you want the if the Barons are going to score in this, you want them to score immediately so they can go straight back to 3-on-3. If you're a Red Barons player, you want to milk this for 2 minutes and then get a goal right in the 2-minute point, so you've wasted 2 minutes on the clock. Ideally, if you're an icebreaker, you don't want them to score at all. It's Reed with a power shot there in the neutral zone. Gets all behind. He's going to get another one. He scores! Scotty Reed! He gets it up, and the Barons are back in front. And from no goals in the second period, we're getting a goal fest here in the third. Reed with his second for the match. And the good news, if you're an Icebreakers fan, that ends the power play, so you'll get back to full strength. But wow. This crowd is getting pumped up. The Red Barons fans are finding their voices. So are the Icebreakers fans. We wanted a close one. We wanted a tight one. We're getting that in droves here. Davis and Skills brought down in the centre of the ice. They both shake it off Taylor Swift style as the Red Barons try to get one. But, wow. Just as soon as you think that the Icebreakers have got it back, the Red Barons maintain a slight advantage. This is incredible. Hargraves with the puck. Can he get one here? He's already gotten one this period. He skates one, skates around two, goes towards Skills. He's still got it. Oh, good defensive work though by Leighton Cockrell. He has the puck now. He goes for the long lob shot and it's not quite out of play. It's going to be, I think all the players stopped thinking that it was going to be stop play, but it wasn't. Meanwhile, the Icebreakers allowed them to regroup. Just doesn't seem to be talking much there, but three Icebreakers players just all skated around each other.
They almost ran into each other.
They did. There was no communication between the three of them. That's the difference between the two sides right now, because somehow we've got Briggs who's gone from one end to the other, says to Rob Maver, this puck's mine, you're going to give it to me. He's going to go that way into the Hearts corner, around Davis, flicks it back, but he doesn't have a player there ready to go. Tobias Skills can regroup, slow it down. We've got 10:08 to play in this final period. Launched up! Oh, Tobias Skills! How is that possible?
That's disappointing.
The luckiest goal of the night. No. I don't think he meant to shoot it, but he somehow found it from the neutral zone, the defensive blue line, if you don't mind. And somehow it went all the way. And McDiarmid, I think, just
taking it on the chin. He's like, okay, wow.
I think he underestimated the power behind that one, deflected into the top left. 6-4, the biggest lead of the night. The Red Barons
could
lead this one.
Here.
Skills on 2 goals for the night. Meanwhile, just on the blue line, Whitaker gives Gustafson an introduction to Philadelphia hockey, and he can go and score a goal here if you like. Completely fair play there. I think a lot of the the crowd thought that was a bit dirty, but this is hockey. They need a goal here, the Icebreakers. The Red Barons get one here. You think it's pretty much good night, Gracie. Whitaker with the puck. Getting pushed away by Kristen Cockrell.
The Barons after that goal.
They're playing with a newfound level of confidence here. Gustafson and Whitaker getting to know each other again in that Hearts corner. Cockrell somehow steals the puck between both of them. Good work, that's Christine. Reed meanwhile, all the way! Reed scores! Scotty Reed with a hat-trick. 3 to the Barons.
Wow.
And they have one hand on the trophy right now, and boy, was he pumped up with that one. This is incredible hockey. The Barons is squealing on the side. They're happy. They're pumped up. And the Icebreakers are shell-shocked. They cannot believe what is happening right now. They need goals, and they need it quick. They have time. There is 9 minutes to play. But a Skills here. This one. Oh, he clanged the bar. That would have definitely been it, you would have felt right now. But the Barons, they're 3 up, and they're just playing like they're 3 down. There's no intensity in the Icebreakers right now. They've lost it. The Icebreakers have just...
That'll be a penalty.
And they're going to have a tripping penalty, is it, to Maver?
Yep.
This fairy tale season that the Icebreakers had built up and looked so good has crumbled.
You're looking at them and they know they've thrown it away.
8:48 to play. Hargraves. Shot saved by McDiarmid. Still time. They've got to get one or two options here, Dakota Leary. They've got to get an underman goal and fast, so they've got to ride this 1 minute 55 out without another goal scored. Another goal scored here. And I think they've got 1.5 hands on the trophy, the Red Barons. Here's Leighton Cockrell. Wow. And how poignant is
it? Great moving from Cockrell.
And you just got to look at how poignant it is right now that the two Sharks players who have had so much disappointment over the years, Cockrell and Polari, are the two that are out there at the moment trying to defend this power play, trying to defend their whole team right now. And Cockrell just has to lob it long. He's got no other option. It's 1:24 of this power play remaining. And just looking at the body language of both teams right now, the Icebreakers are just, they're stunned. Skills gets it towards Whittaker. Oh, it clanged the bar but went out now. I think that if we had goal line technology, that would have been a goal. Because that clipped the top of the crossbar, bounced out as the goals moved. But if that was a goal line technology, that was over the line. But sadly, the budget didn't quite stretch that far this year into the Glenorchy budget. But, wow, the Icebreakers can count themselves lucky there. I'm calling it. That was a goal. Reed, well, meanwhile, off play. Down goes Molly Face, who's a bit slow to get up. And who's tripping now? Who's off? Is it Hargraves? Hargraves, he's got a bit of a smile on his face. Well, that's the difference between a team that's winning and a team that's losing. He can laugh about it, and we're going to have 2-on-2 here for 58 seconds. But then positive for the Icebreakers, they're going to get 1 minute and 2 seconds of a power play. Christine Cockrell evens itself up here now. The Icebreakers has an opportunity. Molly Facer and Scott Reed up against Christine Cockrell and Mika Polari. 7:37 on the clock. Icebreakers have to score the next goal. We'll have to score the next 3 if you want to be technical. Here goes Polari. He can get the shot away. Oh, good work there by Molly Facer. Comes in like a train to stop the shot. Great work by Molly. Mika Polari can get the shot again. Molly Facer just distracts him enough that it allows the shot not to be as powerful. Molly Facer, Mika Polari's kryptonite here at the moment. Polari just can't get some space. Meanwhile, Scotty Reed, 1-on-1. He can go all the way. Good save by McDiarmid. Great save. Reed with a hat-trick already in this match. They can taste it, Dakota. They can taste the victory champagne.
I can smell a pie. But
I can smell victory in the air for the Barons.
It
and a
smells
pie.
like pie.
That's what pies smell like. As Skills tries to lob it across. Got 10 seconds left of 2-on-2. Then the Icebreakers about to have a power play for 1 minute and 2 seconds. Davis with a long shot. Can't quite get it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. It's power play time for the Icebreakers. 1 minute 6 seconds to be precise here. Davis now with the puck. He's got to get a quick shot away. Meanwhile, Cockrell can't get it quite in the net. Shot goes wide. 6:37 to play in the game. A long shot by Skills. I've already seen him get the flukiest of goals already in this match from that distance. Cockrell is going to be well offside. As no, actually, there's too many on the ice call. It seemed the Red Barons accidentally had a player, and they're going to get another penalty here for that. The Red Barons with the mistake. They accidentally added another player onto the ice when they weren't meant to, which is mean that this is going to be a longer power play now for the Icebreakers. It should be about a 3.5 minute power play. Maybe a 2.5 minute one. 2 minutes and 47 seconds to be precise. And if you're an Icebreakers fan, it's what you need. So, even if they score a goal here immediately, they're still going to have another power play because obviously that makes it even Stevens for them, but it will ultimately cancel it out. Now, they're just having another bit of a conference here, the referees, with Jess Elliott down there, the official scorekeeper. And I think Rob Pike just explaining the situation here. Now this, I'm going to say, gives a bit of an advantage here to the Icebreakers to allow them to regroup. Now they're going to come together here. They have to really have a bit of a conference, you feel. But they're not really doing it, are they? Kevin Face having a bit of a word with them. 6:27 to play here, Dakota. Can the Icebreakers pull off a miracle? Possibly.
They might be able to. With the power play.
They need to find something here. Does our man Gustafsson have something in the Gustafsson
Gatorade?
Gatorade? No.
He
Hasn't really done much, to be honest.
Gustafsson with the goal.
Hasn't really done a whole lot. But that's not to say he's not saving it for the final 5 minutes. Great crowd in attendance. Record crowd. Great to see. And by all means, if this is our last ever call, if somebody else wants to take up the mantle, you're welcome to.
I'll take up the mantle by myself.
Sure. Do it. I'm not stopping you. You've just got to buy some equipment, but
I'll buy some equipment.
you'll learn how to upload it and edit and stuff like that. But by all means, Dakota.
I'll go in there. I mean.
The floor is yours. Well, if you want to.
Yeah, we'll watch me.
I think they need to, again, we always say that little, now that the scorekeeper's box up there is not used, put a net up there and some, some nice little seats up there, a replay screen.
Could be ours,
So we still wait and see again, looking at the body language of the players, the icebreakers, they almost look defeated. I hate to say it, but they're just, this is the part where I think they need to group together. They need to have a few words to each other, maybe talk out some tactics. They've got at least 2.5 minutes here of power play. The Red Barons, though, for them, they don't really care. They've got 3-goal advantage. They can take some risks. They can do some silly moves. It's them that can
trick shots.
Risk it here. If you look out there on the ice, Tobias Skills, and Leighton Cockrell's still having a bit of a smile out there, so he's not too disappointed. Marcus Bendel just screaming past us. He's lost his man satchel. He's probably quickly going to get the trophy and putting the red and white ribbons on the trophy ready to go to lift up. Anyway, 6:27 to play. Icebreakers with the one person, I don't want to say one man advantage because we've got females on each side. The one person advantage. Ready to go here. They need to score quickly. Long shot there by Davis. Not going to find anything. But Turner on the ice. Maver actually. Get my players right with the beard. Long shot there by Davis. Maver, nearly through the legs. Davis back to Cockrell by himself in the neutral zone. Can he go for the long shot? Not quite. His former teammate, Brendan Rose, is watching him. He loves those long shots. There's Rose. Surely! Well, Davis had an open net, and he had to find it. Stringer was spun around, and he quickly got onto it. It's 7-5. Davis with his second.
2 more goals and it's even again.
Well, that will end one of the power plays for them, so they at least take a bit of time off that clock. It will cancel out the remaining 13 seconds, so they still have 1:25 to go of a power play, Dakota. If they can get one here, it will be back within 1 goal. They've still got the one-player advantage. Davis on a hat-trick currently at the moment. Polari. Cockrell also on a hat-trick. And the Icebreakers fans here sensing something. Still got 5:40 to play. Plenty of time for both teams. Cockrell winds it up. Lovely shot there to Davis, but great work there by Whittaker to put his body on the line to shove him out of play. Davis just hacking away with Whittaker in that Spades corner. Great work by Davis. Gets it back to Cockrell. Cockrell winds it up. Polari wasn't ready for it. He went to the unselfish route. Meanwhile, we've got 2 players off behind the play, just getting a bit shovey. It's allowed the puck to go backwards. Polari just saved that from being offside. So close. 45 seconds remaining on this power play. Whoa! And bang into the boards. Whittaker and Polari getting a bit of a shove there. Now, Polari's lost his glove. I think Whittaker's got to get a penalty here. Because I think that Polari lost his glove, and I think that Whittaker got a bit elbowy there, but Polari's going to get the penalty. Oh, now that's tough. That is a bad call. By all letters of the law, that definitely to me seemed that was Whittaker's fault, and somehow Polari's ended up with a penalty.
Yeah.
He's taking it on the
and
chin.
Who gave that? Kevin Facer. Yeah, that's going to be very controversial.
We have 2-on-2 then for 36 seconds, and it's kind of the worst outcome here for the Icebreakers. That will mean that there'll be 1:24 of a power play. Polari on the sideline just giving a bit of a shoulder shrug there. And wow, got to say there, that is a very harsh call. And Cockrell just bowling that one long. Still 2-on-2 here, so there's still even Stevens at the moment in terms of players. But the Icebreakers, down goes Skills. Cockrell now Reed. He can take this one over the centre line. He has a shot, just goes wide. Now Christine Cockrell, what can she do with this play? She's got 14 seconds of this 2-on-2 left. Gets it back to her brother. We've got the brother-sister line, the sibling line up here for the Icebreakers. The 2 Cockrells are out. 5 seconds to play on this 2-on-2. 1 second to go. And Briggs is going to be on the ice right now. He's not on yet. Are they not giving him the nod? The Icebreakers are getting lucky here. This is interesting. The Red Barons are not...
They haven't communicated very well there.
No one's referencing him. This is interesting. There's a minute 2 to play, but for some reason, no one is telling him to go on the ice. Well, this is interesting. The players are kind of stalemate out there. They're just passing it back and forth. I'm not sure what they're happening out there for the Red Barons. Now he's out. Now he's realised. That's 30 seconds of extra player time.
He's been watching it the whole time.
He was watching it the whole time. That's 30 seconds wasted there by the Red Barons. Meanwhile, the Icebreakers have an opportunity here in underman, but now the Red Barons are 3-on-2. They've wasted that opportunity as well. Whittaker just comes straight on the ice. Says, thank you very much, I'm going to take this one. 25 seconds remaining on the power play. Oh, that's nearly deflected back in, I tell you what. McDiarmid's just got it. Okay, we've got 3:23 to play. 20 seconds of this power play remain for the Red Barons. And then we will have a good 3 minutes of play of 3-on-3. The Icebreakers need to find 2 goals to send this one into overtime. You feel if the Red Barons can get one more here, it's over. I'm calling it. If the Red Barons get one more, it's good night Gracie, and it's championship coming back to the Red Barons.
Fat lady hasn't sung yet. Then,
well, she's singing if that goal goes in the net for the Barons. She's getting the honey on the vocal cords. She's getting ready to sing Adele songs, because that's generally what fat ladies do. Well, Adele's fat, so I don't like Adele. I don't give a shit. You know. Oh, look at me. I'm British. Oh, so there's another penalty going on here. Wow, okay. Briggs is now apparently up. Everyone's getting a penalty. Oprah, you get a penalty. You get a penalty. You all get penalties. And but the Red Barons can afford to do it because, again, they've got nothing to lose here. They're 2 goals up. And we will have 1 second to go on 2-on-2. Polari will come on. We'll get 1 minute and 48 of power play for the Icebreakers. I think this game's just going to end with penalties. Like the Red Barons will get to a point where they're just going to go out of their way to make the puck go over the boards. They're going to make stoppages of play. Long shot there, and now it's power play Icebreakers. Here we go. Polari straight back on the ice. Can he get a goal straight away? Nearly does, and good save by Stringer. 2:55 to play, Dakota. It's tense. It's tight. It's exciting.
I think it's over, wouldn't you?
I'm calling it if the Barons score. I'm calling it. They're loving the Bon Jovi on this playlist, I'm telling you that. Polari, face off won by the Icebreakers. Davis, can he get his hat trick? He's waiting, he's got Cockrell just hovering around. It's actually Turner, I should say. Polari, back to Davis. Davis well covered off there by the Barons. He goes, Polari scores! We're back to 1! Mika Polari! Wow! We are back to within 1. Polari with his second of the match and the second of the period. We'll be back to 3-on-3.
This is going to be
Or maybe we're not back onto 3-on-3. Are we not? No, we are back onto 3-on-3. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 2 minutes 39 to play in this game, and it's all still to play for. It's 1 goal separating it. A lull goes over the stadium. Everybody gets excited. But we do have 159 seconds of hockey to play right now with 1 goal separating these 2 teams. Scotty Reid, the Red Barons all of a sudden might not be able to take all those risks that they wanted to. They've got to fight down a hungry Icebreakers side. Turner can't quite hold on to it. Hargraves with the puck. Now, at what stage are the Icebreakers thinking we might pull our goalie and give ourselves an extra player? Just keep an eye on Luke McDiarmid and that whistle when he might find himself off on the bench. We have 2:10 to play. Hargraves. And it's icing. Polari with it. And we will have face-off. Now, they've got to make a call at some point here, Dakota. 2 minutes on the clock. At some point, they're going to call this to say, Luke, you come on the bench and you have a bit of a breather. Obviously, it's a bit different in our league here where the rink is so short, 3-on-3, so open net goals are a lot more easier to score, and you've got to be very much on your defensive footwork. We've got 1 minute 48 to play. Chance now for the Red Barons to really probably seal it. Reed, back to Molly Facer. Can't quite get a Facer! Oh, nearly just over the top. 1 minute 38. Here's Christine Cockrell. She's only got Tobias Skills to beat. She flicks it back to Polario. Well done, Scott Reed. Great work there. Can't quite get onto it though. And here goes Leighton Cockrell just over the top of the goals there. Now Skills. 2 players to beat. Can he take them on both? Can't quite. Oh, Christine Cockrell deflects it down. Players going down everywhere. We're nearly into the final minutes. Scotty Reed with the puck. Flicks it back. Turns it over. Polari. Polari can be the hero here. Polari! Oh, I thought that went in just wide. 1:08 to play. Now, the Red Barons. They want to just hold on to this. Surely Luke McDiarmid is going to have to be called here. 1 minute to go. And we have an icing call. Oh, my goodness. Luke is getting antsy. He wants to come off the ice. I don't know how this is going to go, Dakota.
It's heading Luke to get ready.
Get ready, Luke. Get ready. Here we go. Here goes Tobias Skills. What can he do with it? He's just going to hold it up. They just need to waste the time here, the Red Barons. They need to hold on to it. Skills. This is doing exactly what he needs to do. Just maintain possession. Maver trying to fight his way through it. Davis is there in the corner. Skills wasting a good 10 seconds off the clock there for the Red Barons. Reed is going to pounce onto it in the corner. Scotty Reed has the puck. Fights it with Maver. This is brilliant work here by the Red Barons to waste time. 30 seconds on the clock. They're not allowing any opportunity here for the Icebreakers to get the extra player on the ice. 24 seconds. The Red Barons wasting every second of the clock that they possibly can do it here. They're not giving any opportunity. Bang! Down goes Whitaker. That will allow McDiarmid to come off, and with 15 seconds on the clock, empty net. 4-on-3 face off.
What if?
To the right-hand side of the Barons net.
What if?
We've seen Cockrell do this before. 15 seconds. Face off. Draw one by the Barons. They're just going to lob it up. Oh, pushed out of it though is Davis, just in front of the net. 3 seconds off the clock. We've got 12 seconds remaining in the grand final. The Red Barons are 7-6 up. They were 7-4 up. The Icebreakers have scored the final 2 goals. 12 seconds remaining. Cockrell has Davis. He's got Polari. He's got Maver. Can he get any of them to find the puck in the net? 12 seconds. They're just... Red Barons, I think, are deliberately biding their time here. Just using a few tactics here to get a few moments between their players. I think they're going for a stick change here, are they? No, they're calling for some paper towel. No, I think there's a bit of blood going on. Scott Reed has a bit of a wound above the eye, I can see there. So they've called for the emergency first aid paper towel. And just check out here in the middle of the ice. Leighton Cockrell directing his soldiers right now with 12 seconds on the clock. Can they find this miracle goal, Dakota?
They may just.
Send us into overtime.
If they do, oh my God, that would be incredible.
Wow. We wanted a close one. This is as close as you can get. And they're still there in the centre talking it up. The 4 players out there at the moment. We have Leighton Cockrell, Rob Maver, Turner and Davis. McDiarmid on the bench. Here we go. 12.1 on the clock. Empty net at one end. Stringer in the other. Rob Pike ready to drop this puck. Leighton Cockrell versus Tobias Skills. Face off. One there by the Barons. All their players are being brought down. We've got 8 seconds on the clock. The Icebreakers can't quite get to it. There's an opportunity. Davis can't do it. Oh, it's through the legs. No, it's not. It's a save. And we have 2.1 seconds. Davis, nearly the hero. One more opportunity. The Icebreakers need everything clean to happen here with 2.1 seconds. Otherwise, the Barons are champions. Face off. Quick flick back. They're going to win it. The Red Barons are going to win the grand final. It's all done. Wow. What a match. The Red Barons break the drought. They are the 2017 Van Diemen's League champions for the first time since 2010. What an enthralling game of hockey as they get themselves into a circle, celebrate, and it's not the result I think the crowd wanted. Meanwhile, the Icebreakers, well,
It's just our side of the crowd, really.
they look very disappointed, but I think they're also got to be proud of their efforts in such a fairy tale season. The Red Barons, Dakota Leary. What a last period.
Yeah, that was very... Yeah, I would just imagine what would have happened if the,
The goals went in.
would have got a goal. That would have been quite something special. So yeah,
Absolutely incredible.
Game,
And a real sort of lull here at the moment as the team just kind of in their circles. The Red Barons just focused. It's the Icebreakers there cheering themselves after a fantastic year by the Icebreakers. A great job by them. Their very first season. They'll be back next year, of course. But sadly, it is heartbreak again for Leighton Cockerell, Mika Polari. But finally for Hargraves, for Scotty Reid, for the invisible Matty Adams, who we said is here, but he's not. They finally break the duck, and the Red Barons are back to the top of the pile. This is a side, Dakota, 2 seasons ago didn't even make the playoffs. Similar to the Cougars. They took a year away, made it back to the playoffs, but then had to have another year to regroup. And great job. Molly Facer there getting a hug from Mika Polari. Good to see her winning her first grand final medal. And absolutely fantastic. I think what we're going to do here, Dakota, if you want to come for a bit of a wander with me, we might go down side ice and so we can get some shots and some action. Just bear with me here for the moment as we get ourselves tangled. Just quickly before we head down there, we'll just say the final score of this match, 7-6. The final score, that last period did produce 9 goals, so it was another goal fest. The final goal scorers in this game, 3 goals to Scott Reid, 2 goals to Tobias Skills, and a solitary goal apiece to Whittaker and Hargraves. That's the Red Baron side. And for the Icebreakers, Polari with 2, Davis with 2, Cockerell with 2. So they shared it all over the park when it came to those goals. And we're just going to make our way through the, what did I say, 130,000 or something along those lines here. Well, there's for some reason this lovely little device of mine wants to scream at me, but
why is it screaming at you?
Because everyone wants to scream at me, apparently.
Okay, fair enough.
So we're going to make our way down here somehow through the crowd. You want to hold that?
I'll hold your cord.
Just squeeze our way through these people here. Excuse us, guys, if we can just be pests and jump down in between you there. Thank you very much. Dakota doesn't want to go too far with that cord. He'll pull me away with him. But we're making our way down to the side of the ice right now. Here we go. And very good in defeat there, the Icebreakers. They've all got smiles on their faces, which is good to see. 37 years, 37 BC. That's not the right way to say it there, Marcus, but good save. We're going to get some medal presentations. And great work there. Goaltender for the Red Barons. Fantastic work. Whittaker. We were told to look out for him, Dakota, and
yeah,
well,
we were. We looked out for him, and we
did.
were impressed.
Dean Hargraves, finally for him, after so long. Few boos, 7 years. Let's just squeeze up here a little bit more, Dakota. I want to get up to the ice.
Sure, we can go past the cones now.
We're media. Yeah. Let's go hang out with Jester.
Yeah. We can go wherever we want.
Scotty Reid. Look at that. He's got a nice war wound there, does he not, Scotty Reid? Molly Facer. Great to see her finally getting a medal. Her first.
And Briggs, great game by him too, Dakota. I enjoyed seeing him play this evening. So where's Paul? Paul just, not here. Fire skills, one of the flukiest goals you will ever see, and that was the difference, wasn't it?
Was Red Baron's unlucky charm.
He was their unlucky charm. Here we go, Marcus with the trophy. He's going to present it here as Tony Rogers will give a speech. Doesn't look good. Tony Rogers, a Cougars player, holding it. Here's Dean Hargraves. And finally, the Red Barons get to lift that trophy once again. Champions of 2017 in the Van Diemen's League for the first time since 2010. Scotty Reid gets to put that trophy up in the air as well. And they get to do their well-deserved victory lap. The champagne comes off the ice. Marcus Bendel, well, he's used to having champagne, isn't he, with his Hollywoodness. And there we go. Red Barons are your champions. Pop those corks. They're trying to... Is that the $5 Trevi, is it? Or is it the Passion Pop? Or I'm not sure how the budget stretched for the Van Diemen's League this year.
Shake it.
Shake it up.
That's how you pop.
Some of this mum stuff. Is it? Do they have the GoPro on the camera, in the F1 side? He's really shaking it up now. There we go. Champions. Red Barons. Fantastic work. They were the best side all year, and then that means that they get to walk away with the trophy as they get to champagne.
There's not much in one, is there?
No, there's not. That's the smallest bottle of champagne I've ever seen, but probably should have gone with the Trevi.
Thank you all for coming and supporting Ice Hockey in Tasmania. We're small, but we're fair. See you all next year.
As we hear Marcus give the speech, and we'll get the rounds of applause, and we're just going to wait and see the victory photo. Sorry, Dakota, there. I'll just try and smack that out of your hands. As we'll get some words of some of these players in a moment. We're just going to wait and see when they're going to get the victory photo, which of course will be plastered up on all the Red Barons fans' walls. They'll get
probably be the happiest Red Barons we've interviewed in a long time.
A lot of these Red Barons players don't like to speak to us. They're probably the side that doesn't speak to us the most. But here they go. The photo that will be adorned on all Barons' walls. It'll be in the Mercury tomorrow. Double-page poster spread. There we go. Champions of the state. And I don't know if they're waiting for me to pose, because I'm not the only one that's doing the photos.
They might want you to move, I don't know.
Am I in the way? No, I'm not in the way. I'm not that fat.
No, you're always in the way.
I'm always in the way. Yeah. But great job. I'm going to get these microphones wearing, because we're going to get some players here.
Alright.
And the Icebreakers, well, they posed for their loser photo. I don't want to say that. That's a bit mean, isn't it? It's not a loser photo. It's a runners-up photo. They'll be back next year. As I'm just going to pull this out here. Dakota, that sounds a bit inappropriate. Oh, hang on. God, this is a good photo. We want this one. What am I doing? Hold that for me, Dakota. Quick. No, you don't.
I do.
Jesus. You're so unprofessional.
Yeah.
All right, this is us social mediaing it up. As great job by all the players. And what a great year of ice hockey here in Tasmania. And great turnout again for everybody to be here. To the victor go the spoils, and we will definitely be speaking to a lot of these players in just a moment. But the Red Barons are the champions of 2017 and the happiest Red Barons you will ever see. So, Dakota Leary, before we start speaking to some people,
alright,
what's your final thoughts here before we start chatting to these folks?
Yeah, that was a mighty close game.
It was.
It was great fun to watch.
Great fun.
And, both teams played exceptionally well. And, I don't think the Barons won, but I don't think that scoreboard said, would ever say that the Barons were better than
it was definitely very much evenly spread, and it was that last period flurry by the Barons that obviously ultimately took them over the line and got them the ultimate spoils. So great job. Now we're going to finally move ourselves away here. We can worry about social media in a second, Dakota. I'll get you to hold that for just a second.
You can be the person to
Which
hold
one am I
that.
holding?
You're holding the black
All
one. Well, they're both black, but you're holding the non-microphone. So let's go. Let's get some victories, some winners. That's probably a little bit. Is that mean to say right now? Do you think?
I don't know. We're very tangled here, Ben.
We are tangled. Yeah. We'll come back there to Whittaker. We'll see if Scotty Reed wants to talk to us.
All right.
No one's spinning around here right now. Let's back through here. The crowd here. We'll back right around. I think the man we want to speak to first of all will probably be Dean Hargraves.
Yeah, right.
He's the man. He's the person who has been waiting for this the longest. They might be doing a victory lap. They're going to do a victory lap with the children first.
Getting a photo with
I was going to get a photo with the family. All right. We'll do that first. Let's get Mr. Whittaker if he wants to talk to us. How you doing? Do you want to speak to us?
Yeah,
Ben from the Brink.
Sure.
Hold a microphone for us.
Yeah, no worries.
James Whittaker, welcome to the Brink, first of all.
Yeah, thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it was awesome, wasn't it?
First time in Red Barons jersey in a grand final.
First time ever.
How does this compare to playing hockey back home?
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't played in 20 years before this season.
Wow.
So, it's amazing to get back on the ice.
You're good luck charm.
Fun. Yeah, it was. They're such a great bunch of guys. Yeah,
and the intensity of that grand final, of course, too. I mean, we wanted a close one up there for the audience, and about as close as you can get. What were you thinking in those closing moments when they scored those last 2 goals and were really pushing towards the end?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Well, we were all sweating it. We were all scrambling to do whatever it took to get that one over the line. But we pulled it off, and those guys they're a really great bunch of guys. You know, everybody knows each other, and it got a little scrappy there at the end, but yeah, it was good fun. And
are you here to stay? Are you Red Barons now for life, or
absolutely.
It's in the blood now? It's red, literally.
We're pretty tight.
It's obviously been a long time. I mean, 7 years since they've had the premiership. So I mean, you've joined them at the right time. So it obviously, for a lot of these other guys who have been with the organisation for a long time, to share this with them, it must feel great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they've been working hard for years and years, and we got a fantastic goalie, and we pulled it all together. We had a really good year, actually. We were pretty strong throughout the season.
And what's the plans tonight? Just celebrating it hard and going out? And,
we're going to have a bit of fun, definitely.
Yep. Well, congratulations. It's great to chat to you, and we look forward to seeing more in the next season as well.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers, mate. No worries. Cheers. Congratulations. Alrighty. Now, a few of the other guys are out there. They're just going to have a bit of their victory lap, but we're definitely going to speak to Dean because Dean is somebody that we have to speak to. Yes. I mean, he's somebody who's been waiting for this for quite some time. But I think they're just waiting to get a nice little photo taken, and we'll obviously find our way through. This is always the fun part of the year, isn't it, Dakota, where we get to speak to both sides of the fence, and ultimately you've got happier players, you've got sadder players, and it's always around the chops there. Now the players are leaving the rink there. Scotty Reed, we're going to grab Dino as he comes off the rink straight away here. Let's force our way through and see if he wants to. He's pulling out his. I don't know what he wants to pull. Dean, you want to have a chat with us now? If we can grab you, I'll give you this one here to hold. You get your own microphone.
Go for it.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Finally,
been doing this for 7 years, and I've never been able to say you're a grand final winner. So how does it feel?
Well, I've been doing it for 26 years, and we've never won one over as the Barons, and we've had the Barons going since I started. And then there was a little bit of a change in names for a few years, and then we brought the Barons back about 10 years ago, and this is the first.
It must, obviously, after all that time, though, to finally taste it. I mean, you guys are so close. A lot of you said you've been playing for a long time. A lot of you guys have been doing this for a long time. So this group of people, though, that you've been so close with over that 10-year period to make it all come to this point.
Absolutely. Like, me and Scotty have been a Baron since the early 90s. Toby and Molly and Maddie, who's unfortunately not here, for probably the last 10 years as well. So we're lucky enough to pick up a couple of reasonably good recruits, including a very good goalie and one of the better players that I've ever seen on this ice in James. So that probably helped our weaknesses, which is maybe our goalies and some legs. And we got that this year, and we showed it. I mean, we only won by one goal right then, but we're probably the best side all year anyway. So without trying to sound too big-headed,
you're allowed to. You're premiers. Yeah, you're allowed to say it right now. If any moment you can say it right now.
Absolutely. So the second period got a little bit nervous. We lost the plot a little bit, as the Barons do. Got a little bit excited, and that last 2 minutes was really exciting as well. So I'm a big fan of the Icebreakers and what they've done, and they're all good mates, which made it really hard as well to get angry with them. But no, it ended up being really good.
Well, at the end of the day, when we're calling the game, we want a bit of a fairy tale. Either side, you know, you've got the new team that's come in, people like Mika, Leighton, they've been so close so long. They've switched allegiances and they can't quite do it. But I think both of us were deep down rooting for you guys. You know, we've always kind of seen you guys as the team that sort of always gets close but can't quite make it. And our very first grand final I called in 2011, you guys were in it and you lost. That's why I went for the Cougars. So if you had won in 2011, I would have been a Red Barons fan. But it's good to see you guys up here. I mean, how are you looking ahead to next year? I mean, you've just won the damn grand final. You probably don't want to think about that. But I mean, can you go back to back? Can you repeat this next season?
I guess so. We'll see how we go. Depends. A lot of people come and go. As far as James is staying, and that's a really, really good plus. I can't see anybody else. Molly's moved to Hobart, so she'll be full time. Toby's now. Sorry, I'm just watching Scotty get his eye sewn. I think
he's getting his stitches right now.
We speak.
Yes, indeed. Wow. Getting live medical stuff happening. You're the medical expert, Dakota.
I think Dakota's going a bit white.
He might faint here right now at the sight of blood.
He's doing it properly. He's done well.
If you didn't hear the quote of the day, Scotty said, and I'm not going to swear, sew me the F up because I want to get back on for overtime. So he wasn't worried about a little bit of blood. Which
spoken like a true hockey player.
Like a true Baron.
Put us out there. Yeah. But I mean, such a great result. And I asked this to James, but plans tonight? Just go out, get a bit drunk, celebrate.
Oh, we've got training at 10 o'clock. We're getting ready. Nah.
We're ready already for next season.
We've got a few beers here. We won't make pigs of ourselves. So we're... To be honest, we'll celebrate tonight and then we'll wake up tomorrow to get ready for Adelaide because that's our next, all of us Barons, which is why we're so close group. All of us are going to Adelaide. Some teams have only got one or two. All 7 or 8 of us are going, so we're close. That's what I like about it. We play a team game and we're a really close team.
Fantastic. Well, I know you guys have done well over there in Adelaide, so we'll keep an eye on that. But Dean, congratulations, mate. So glad to be able to see you finally lift up that trophy and win the premiership. So big congratulations from us here at the Brink.
Thank you very much. I might have to go chops a little bit because when I lifted it, did get a little bit wobbly. I thought it was going to fall down on my head. He needs a little bit of repair. So thank you guys. I know you've done this every year, and I really appreciate the support you've done. And I'm sure, I don't know, I think I played pretty ordinary, so I don't know if I want to listen back to it. My fast
you got a couple of goals there in the end.
Sneak out of the goal, so we'll see how we go. So thank you very much.
Not a problem, mate. Cheers. Congratulations. Thank you. Alrighty. Let's see here. Might let him open a few beers and we'll come back to him when they're a little bit pissed. How about that?
Yeah.
What's Marcus doing here? How's the old man satchel going there, Marcus? It's looking pretty fetching on you.
My old man?
The man satchel.
This is a trendy backpack.
A trendy backpack?
Yeah, see how there's only one strap?
Right. Is that how the kids are wearing it these days, is it? Or
not some straight square.
Yeah. What's the budget of the ice hockey? Did you not go out for the Passion Pop on the Trevi? You went for the small bottles? Of course you can.
I have no idea. It's in a James Squire bag, so how cheap can it be?
Oh, true. What was your thoughts on the game?
Excellent. I'm so pleased that we had such a close, nail-biting game for a grand final. All I want, when I'm not involved, is for the game to be a spectacle for the crowd.
Mm-hmm. And was.
And it came down to 10 seconds, and we had someone lose an eye.
Well, we might grab Scotty here if he can see us on the way through. But thanks, Marcus. We might grab him in a sec. Scotty, do you want to have a quick word with us just while you're here? Can we just say congratulations?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Just how does it feel? Besides the eye hurting.
Long time coming. But
long time coming.
Finally pulled it out.
And I heard that you were that keen to get out there for overtime that you were just like, stitch me, I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
and
I was looking a bit worried there for a while, but held on.
You did.
I can stop time, but makes it more interesting, I suppose.
Well, it makes it feel better when that whistle goes at the end. But congratulations, Scott.
Yeah,
glad to see you guys finally tasting the victory. Not a problem.
Had Scotty talk before.
I don't think that might be the first time we've ever had Scotty read on the show.
Probably the last time as well.
Yeah, probably. It's kind of the Adam Parcell moment where he only talks to us if they win. So unlike you're just Mr. Glamour.
I just love the attention, man.
You do. All right, let's go talk to some losers. We'll come talk to you in a second again, Marcus. I'm going to trip myself over. I don't think I'll open my lineup by walking into here by saying, let's talk to the losers. That might not go down well.
Yeah.
Is the door open? The door closed? No, the door's open. Tony Rose, this is Brendan Rose here. Maybe he's been recruited. Are you being recruited, are you, Brendan? No? You've been recruited next season for the Icebreakers? Everybody else has been? All right, peoples. Who wants to talk? Christine. Just because she's closest? Everyone else. You want us to come in there? Yeah?
Sort of enjoy the smell.
Yeah, we like the smell in here. How we going, everybody?
I do love the smell of sweaty ice hockey players.
Dakota enjoys it more than I do. Let's be honest. I'm not going to tread on some feet here. I don't want to destroy your stuff.
Than anything
it's all good. I'm going to squeeze up through here.
How far am I going in?
We're going all the way in, Dakota. Cool. Not just a tip. We like it deep.
Not sure if I can come out of this, but
all right. I'm finding my way here.
Hello.
How are you, Mika?
I'm all right, and you?
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah. Thanks for asking.
Can we just describe the smell in here? It's a mix of like sweat and beer. It's like
it's a smell of future prospects of returning next year for redemption.
I don't smell anything.
No. How's that? How's the game? How do you feel about that?
I'm really happy with the game. It was intense game throughout the whole game, and we were giving it to them till the last second, and we had few really close calls, and it could have been level game and golden goal time then, but next year.
Yeah. I've got to ask you the question. You got a pretty cheap penalty there. I have to say that wasn't your fault, was it? You didn't trip anyone in that call when you got sent to the box?
Well, I'm famous of not commenting about the referees.
You can right now. Come on, last game of the year.
You know, I've been refereeing games, and sometimes it's a different viewpoint when you are a different angle, and you know, it's looked at a certain way in a certain angle, and the whistle goes, and not a single whistle have ever been reversed, so there it is.
Well, if we could have, we would have done it. I think Dakota was...
I think it sucked, but... You know.
Yeah, there we go. There it is. There it is. But I mean, you know, this close again. You've lost 4 of these in 7 years, Mika.
I didn't lose this one.
You didn't lose this one?
No, I didn't lose this one. No. 7-6 on the boards, first year team. I definitely didn't lose this one.
It's good attitude you had. I mean, I noticed as soon as the whistle went, you were smiling out there, and not quite the same as when the Sharks lost. But you know, next year, bounce back.
Yeah, when we came to the room, I said that I'm going to home smiling and happy. Thank you.
That's a good way of doing it.
This team.
Yep. Fantastic. All right, let's find out if the other people are feeling the same way.
Deeper, all right.
Leighton's hiding in the corner there. Do you want to speak, Leighton?
I'm looking.
You look half. I don't know what's going on there. You all right? We'll squeeze through up here. We'll speak to Nick as well.
Don't move so quick. There's a beam there.
Well, I'm a quick man, all right? I do my fast work. Leighton, how you feeling?
Yeah, tired. Tired and proud of the guys.
Proud of the guys.
Really good job today. So.
Yeah, feel like saying to Mickey there, you can bounce back next year and can sort of hold your head high after such a strong season this year.
Yeah, definitely. We can all hold our heads high, and we'll see what happens next year.
See what happens next year. You look like you're ready for bed.
Oh, got a bit of a concussion.
Oh right, okay, right. That's well.
On the back of the scones.
Yes. Well, you still went out there and played your hardest when it came for the discussion concussion. So I'm having the discussion of the concussion right now. But better luck next year with it, Nick.
Ben, how you going, buddy?
Good, mate. How are you?
Real good, thanks.
How's that for your first taste of grand final?
Mate, I'm pretty happy, man, I must say.
Yeah.
First season with this team, and I think we did a good job.
I can't believe you guys are like happy for this. Is great.
Just
I love this.
To be here, man.
You know, at least you're talking to us. A lot of the Red Barons are off getting drunk.
You know. Guys,
But I mean, you were with a real sniff in those closing moments. Did you think you could have had it in the last couple of seconds of getting that equalising goal turned into golden goal?
Oh, it could have happened. We had lots of posters this game, all sorts of lucky and unlucky bounces. So.
And a terrible call as we discovered there against Mika. And
that's just hockey though, eh?
The flukiest goal from Tobias out there at one point from that long distance. I mean, what was that?
I was happy to stay at the penalty box myself for a change.
Yes. Were you the only one that stayed out of the penalty box?
Per didn't either, I think.
Right.
Two of us.
Two of us.
Not
okay. Well, guys, congratulations on a good season. I will say that. Great. Enjoyed watching you play, Rob. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
That's good. How's it jumping ship?
Yeah, look, it's been great coming to the Breakers. It's I feel like I've taken on a bit of a bigger role than I had in the. You know, there's a lot of faces, a lot of boots in the Falcons camp, and they're pretty reliant on a couple of key players. But it's been good stepping into the Breakers, and they've put a bit more trust in me. And you know, feel like I've had a really good season. We've had a really good season, and yeah, really. You know, none of us were expecting to get this far, but at the same time, we're loving every second of it, and you know, let's take it one step further next year.
Well, you just loved knocking your boys off last week, didn't you?
Oh, that was so sad. And when I put that empty netter in, that final nail, that was. I have not celebrated so hard for just such a basic.
We all hate the Falcons. Sorry, Dakota.
I can't say with Marcus here, but I might jump ship too.
Is Marcus is gone, or no? We can rip shit into the Falcons.
No, he's just sitting right there.
He's hanging around. He's trying to get recruited. He's like, recruit me. Well, great game tonight. Great season, guys, and I'm sure we will see you bigger, better. And look, great game. Fantastic game from you. We were fantastic. Christine as well. Thanks. Well done, everyone. Great job. Oh, here he is. You're trying to get recruited?
I've got stuff to do.
Oh, okay, well, Mr. Important.
I think you're just going to like accept a check.
Yeah.
Something along those
So you love it
lines.
when he just snubs us like that.
Yeah, Mr. Bigwig MC.
Mr. Hollywood.
No need to talk to us. Well, we can probably go up to the box and close this out, I feel.
All
What do
right.
you think?
I reckon we can.
You can?
Yeah.
Molly wants to talk to us, or?
I doubt it.
She
If we
hiding
get up
away
there.
from us? Do you want to speak to us, Molly? No?
No.
Does that even congratulations, well done. No? Alright, cool. Awesome. Right, let's
Well done,
go up
guys.
here. It's such a fearful thing, isn't it, this microphone?
Alright.
Okay. Well, Dakota Leary.
Yes.
This is well, number 4 for you. 7 for me.
7 for you.
We saw our closest one. Our first time we've ever seen one decided by a solitary goal.
Yes.
So, it was a great game.
It was a very good game, yeah.
Any closing thoughts?
Any thoughts I had, I've already said, so.
Wow, you're such a good expert commentator, Dakota.
Thanks.
Let's go over the, you predicted 11-10.
I did, I was a bit off, wasn't I?
Well, I predicted 9-5, so I also was off. I mean, I got closer to the icebreaker score.
You did, yeah.
But you got closer. You correctly predicted the difference of the teams.
Yeah.
But you didn't necessarily predict them correctly. How's it going? Oh, hang on. Did you want to have a talk with us?
Right.
About how good you are at producing hockey players? Cool, well, here you go. Oh, that. Introduce yourself. What was your name again, sorry?
My name's Robert Cockrell.
Robert Cockrell. So you are the esteemed father of Leighton and Christine.
I sure am.
And you used to play here?
Yep. Chrissy and I played in the premiership against the Blackhawks.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, back in about 2001.
Wow, fantastic. So what's it like sort of seeing both your kids out there still playing and, obviously getting a little bit close to the premiership, but still out there playing so well with each other?
Oh, well, the Cockrells, that sucked today for us. There's no other way of putting it. But, no, we follow Chrissy around the world. We've been to a few countries following her and watched her play for Melbourne Ice and watched her win many premierships. So she's given us a great thrill. And yeah, Late been a really good player right from the start. So we've been following them for 20 years now.
Wow.
Chris and Late.
So when did you? Well, how long did you start? What age did
I
you start playing
started in the under 14s. In the under 17s when I was 44 in '97.
Wow.
So the
Jeez.
ballistics.
The ballistics. So what was it that? What did you start playing after Leighton and Christine, or did they start playing with you? Or?
Yes, to help set up a fourth team.
Wow.
They were about half a team short of enough kids for a full team, so they got a couple of us parents and a couple of novices to fill in. So there was a few of us well over age played in the under 17s. And then Chrissy and I joined up and played with a team called the Warriors and won a premiership.
Fantastic.
And then she went over to Melbourne and followed a dream. And come back here this year.
Do you have any temptation to pull on the skates again and have another crack?
I'd love to, but no, I've got bad knees and bad hips. Football injuries. I play footy forever.
Right. But this is a great sport. They're still celebrating below us. We're above the Red Barons room. But I mean, you're obviously going to be hoping that they're both going to come back and make the Cockerell name premiers again in 2018.
Yeah, let's hope so. And we've got James coming along. He plays in the Icebreakers Wednesday nights.
Fantastic.
Two of the other boys played as well. So
it's a family dynasty.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking of pulling us together for one game and Cockerell's challenging.
Well, I was going to say you could just have the Cockerells as one team, like the fifth team next year. It's the
but
Cockerells.
won't be scared to play us.
I'd watch it. Well, thanks for chatting with us. We're going to wrap us up here, and then we can come down and have a bit of a chat afterwards if you want. But appreciate
Thanks
it,
very
mate.
much.
Not a problem. Cheers. All right. Well, my name's Ben, and this is Dakota. No, it's good to meet you. But yes, we are, of course, now, Dakota, at the point where, as I said at the beginning of this, more than likely our last one of these.
Yes.
I mean, it's something that I love doing. I really do appreciate this. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I know you sort of... I mean, when did you even just come along one time? You just said, I'm going to do this.
You invited me along, and you were like, I was like, yeah, right.
I have no friends, so I invite 15-year-olds.
Pretty much, yeah.
But I think that as of right now, in terms of life direction and everything along those lines, that it does seem as though this will be our last one. I know we kind of said that last year, but I think this year we can probably, hopefully, say with a little bit more surety that will be the case. But
well, not hopefully, so...
For yourself, you are... I mean, I can't stop you from calling this.
Yes.
I don't own this position. You can, by all means, do this by a microphone and we'll commentate. You can keep the Brink legacy going forward.
I might summon up the courage to do it.
Yep. Bring along Ruby.
I
You
can
might be
bring along
together
Ruby.
still in 12 months. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope you are.
Yeah, I hope
Probably
so.
married with 3 kids by then. So I don't know how fast your swimmers work, but that's another story. But thank you, Dakota, very much. I appreciate it. I mean, obviously, if this is to be our last game, I've really appreciated your support and help over the last few years, not just in the grand finals, but of course throughout all the other games that we call together. So thank you, and you will be heard. Not just, I mean, we're not getting rid of you. We still do the Brink, so you and I will still talk and hear his little shit voice. And happy birthday for this time next week.
Thank you.
But I just want to thank, if this does turn out to be our last one, Paul obviously not here. Similar to we talked about Matty Adams, obviously wasn't here when they finally break through for the victory. Not here. Paul, his beloved Red Baron. Sadly, a race is more important. But cool, good on him. But thanks, Paul, for all the support that he's given us in the commentary box. I need to go all the way back to 2011, 2012 to thank my very first anchor in this box, Sam. For the first 2 grand finals I did, I actually called this with Samuel McCrossan, who hasn't been back to a game, I think, since the 2012 grand final. But they were fun ones. Our very first one we actually recorded on video. It's still on YouTube, so if you want to go back and watch the Red Barons lose a grand final, it's online.
I would like to see
that's the Richard Fox dominated one. Do it, go online. And to everybody here at Ice Hockey Tasmania who's allowed us to sit up here and make dicks of ourselves, 2014 we called the entire season. 2015 I think we missed like 5 games. Last year we did the playoffs and the grand final. This year we've just been lazy and done the grand final. But we appreciate everybody who's allowed us this outlet to speak like idiots, have ridiculous references to sausages, to I can't even remember the names of things that Sam came up with in 2011 and 2012 during those years. We've had some interesting moments when it comes to interviews, witnessing some fights and punch-ups and everything else in between hands. So it's been fun. And
it's been fun.
I will miss it.
Yeah.
I will miss it. Hopefully next time I was speaking to you, I'll be calling NHL games. Pretendly in my room. Dakota, thank you. It's a pleasure. To everybody who's listened, thank you very much. The premiers, of course, are the Red Barons. They won 7-6 over the Icebreakers in an enthralling game of ice hockey. I'm going to call it the best grand final we called in 7 years.
Yeah. I'm going to call
good
it
way to go out.
I've called in 4 years.
Yeah, definitely. Red Barons, congratulations. To everybody listening to this, thank you. And you can, if you like my voice, for whatever reason, you want to hear more of The Brink, we still podcast out there. Generally release an episode on a Monday, just random crap. We do bring some highlights back from the previous years. Dakota's usually on it. He's on this week. And we're just generally a bit of a nearly. What's the word? I don't know. Apparently. And again, if you like my voice, just a shameless plug to I do plenty of other podcasts. You're all friends with me listening to this on Facebook. Just search my shit that I tag. Thank you, Dakota. Thank you, everyone. Till next time, keep sucking those oranges, Hobart. And
good night.